IIM K BMS AT, which is the entrance exam for BMS program at IIM Kozhikode, is going to be conducted on 22nd of June 2025. We are coming up with a crash course wherein we will be covering the whole syllabus that is going to be asked in the exam. This crash course is going to have 30 sessions and each session will be delivered to you on this YouTube channel itself daily at 9 pm. After this crash course is done, we will be providing you with the workshops that will definitely help you train for the exam. As of now, we know that the exam is going to have only QA section and VA section. There is no LR section asked in the exam. But the paper pattern of the exam is not known. As soon as we come to know about the paper pattern, we will definitely deliver 3 to 5 mock tests to you guys as well. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel and inform your friends that this course has started and they can benefit from it. And now let us start learning.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tarkashastra. I am Aditya and in this video we are going to discuss very basic concepts of geometry. Geometry के अंदर भी हम लोग लाइंस एंड एंगल्स के स्पेसिफिकली जो बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स रिक्वायर्ड है आपको कोई भी एप्टीट्यूड बेस्ड एग्जाम को प्रिपरेशन करने के लिए वो हम लोग आज पढ़ने वाले हैं। ये इतने बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स है कि यूजुअली आपको कोई क्लासेस में सेशन में नहीं पढ़ाएगा बिकॉज दिस इज द मिनिमम एक्सपेक्टेशन, दिस इज द मिनिमम level of concept which is expected from a student who is appearing for any aptitude based exam, that he or she should know these minimum concepts. तो स्टार्ट करते हैं लाइंस एंड एंगल्स के साथ। उसके पहले आपको समझना पड़ेगा पॉइंट। पॉइंट माने क्या होता है? a non dimensional geometric entity which has no length, height and breadth and which specifies a location in the space. जैसे आप अगर आसमान में देखते हो तो it is nothing but a space, very huge space, infinitely expandable space, correct? उसमें अगर एक आप तारा देखते हो तो it looks like a point and आप इतने बड़े आसमान में सिर्फ एक पॉइंट ढूंढ रहे हो लेकिन उसकी तरफ आप पॉइंट करके बता सकते हो कि वो देखो वो तारा। आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट पर्टिकुलर स्टार, करेक्ट? सो वो हो गया पॉइंट। उसका लेंथ ब्रेड्थ कुछ है आपकी जगह से, अर्थ से आप अगर देखते हो तो आपको समझेगा उसका लेंथ ब्रेड्थ क्या है, नहीं समझेगा। सिमिलरली ये पेपर पे मैंने अभी ये स्लाइड पे जैसे मैंने एक पॉइंट निकाल दिया, आपको कुछ समझ में आ रहा है, आप इसको मेजर कर सकते हो, इसको नहीं मेजर कर पाओगे बिकॉज इट इज ऑल्सो कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ इनफाइनाइट पॉइंट्स। सो point is a very minute thing which has no length, breadth and height and which is usually used to specify location in the geometric space. Then angle, ये पॉइंट के अराउंड अगर मैं इमेजिनरी एक लाइन को घुमाऊं जिसको उसको बोला जाएगा एंगल। Basic angle about a point is an angle about a point which is the measurement of rotation of an imaginary arm. Measurement of an rotation of imaginary arm, ये हो गया मेरा एंगल थीटा, which is usually pi 2 pi रेडियंस। अगर मैं एक सर्कल कंप्लीट करूं तो या तो फिर 360 डिग्री, वो हम लोग सर्कल में देखेंगे। कॉन्ग्रुएंट एंगल्स मतलब क्या? अभी ये एंगल जो मैंने मेजर बनाया उसका कुछ तो मेजरमेंट होगा इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिग्रीज। इसी तरीके का अगर मैं सेम मेजरमेंट का दूसरा एंगल बनाऊं तो वो हो जाते हैं दो कॉन्ग्रुएंट एंगल्स व्हिच आर ट्विन एंगल्स, करेक्ट? कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री एंड सप्लीमेंट्री एंगल, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट हो जाता है फॉर एनी एप्टीट्यूड बेस्ड एग्जाम क्योंकि इस पे बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस आते हैं एंड यूजुअली ये वर्डिंग्स में लोगों को कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है कि कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री मतलब क्या एंड सप्लीमेंट्री मतलब क्या। सो कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री मतलब एनी टू एंगल्स which add up to 90 degree. So if measurement of one angle is 60 degree, another is 30 degree. If measurement of one angle is 45, another is also 45. If measurement of one angle is 50 degrees, other angle is 40 degrees. Similarly, supplementary angles add up to 180 degree. That is, measurement of one angle is 50 degree, another would be 130 degree. If this one is 120 degrees, this one is 60 degrees, and so on. Apart from this, a plane. Plane माने क्या? An infinitely expandable area of space which has no thickness. It does have a length and a breadth, but it does not. It has only 2 dimensions, either length, breadth, or length, height. Correct? Or but there is no thickness. जैसे आप अगर एक अपने नोटबुक का एक पेज लेते हो, एक पन्ना लेते हो, करेक्ट, तो इट इज A4 साइज का पेज रहेगा तो वो लिमिटेड साइज हो जाता है, ये इतने साइज का आपको A4 साइज का पेज जैसे बोलते हो ये इतना हो जाता है, इसके बाहर आप कुछ नहीं लिख सकते। लेकिन जैसे बड़े साइज का A3 साइज का लेते हो तो उसके डबल साइज का हो जाता है, इसके बाहर कुछ नहीं लिख सकते। A2 साइज का लेते हो तो इसके डबल साइज का हो जाता है, इसके बाहर कुछ नहीं लिख सकते। A1 साइज का लेते हो तो इससे बड़ा होता है। लेकिन आप इमेजिन करो कि इनफाइनाइटली आप इसको इधर से खींचोगे, ये खींच बढ़ते चले जाएगा, टॉप से खींचोगे बढ़ते चले जाएगा, लेफ्ट से खींचोगे बढ़ते चले जाएगा, बॉटम से खींचोगे बढ़ते चले जाएगा। तो ये इनफाइनाइटली एक्सपेंडेबल जो होता है उसको बोला जाता है प्लेन। ठीक है, बहुत बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स है। इसके बाद आते हैं लाइन। लाइन माने क्या? सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट होती है लाइन। लाइन इज अ ज्योमेट्रिक एंटिटी दैट जॉइंस टू डिस्टिंक्ट पॉइंट्स इन अ प्लेन इन द शॉर्टेस्ट पॉसिबल वे। जैसे मैंने अगर ये दो पॉइंट को निकाला तो दे आर लाइंग ऑन द सेम प्लेन, क्योंकि आपको एक स्लाइड पे दिख रहे हैं, एंड एनी टू पॉइंट्स ऑलवेज लाई ऑन अ सेम प्लेन। सो दिस इज नॉट लाइन, दिस इज नॉट लाइन, दिस इज लाइन। क्यों? बिकॉज दिस इज अ ज्योमेट्रिक एंटिटी व्हिच इज जॉइनिंग दीज टू पॉइंट्स P and Q इन द शॉर्टेस्ट पॉसिबल वे। इससे ज्यादा शॉर्टकट मेरे पास नहीं मिलेगा P से Q तक पहुंचने के लिए, इसलिए इसको बोला जाता है लाइन। ठीक है, लाइन इज ऑल्सो एक्सपेंडेबल ऑन बोथ द एंड्स। ये इनफाइनाइटली एक्सपेंड कैन बी एक्सपेंडेड टिल इंफिनिटी। ये यहाँ पे राइट एंड पे या लेफ्ट एंड पे आप जितना चाहो उतना एक्सपांड उसको कर सकते हैं। कोलिनियर पॉइंट्स मतलब क्या? Any number of points, 2 or more than 2 points which lie on a same line. If there are 4 points and fifth point is here, then fifth point number 5 is not collinear with other 4 points. And any 2 points are always collinear. Any 2 points are always collinear. ठीक है, कुछ बेसिक थ्योरीज है वो आपको ध्यान में रखनी पड़ेगी। देन लाइन सेगमेंट। अभी ये लाइन जैसे मैंने आपको बोला, इट कैन बी एक्सपेंडेड टिल इंफिनिटी, इट कैन बी एक्सटेंडेड टिल इंफिनिटी एट बोथ द एंड्स लेफ्ट एंड राइट। लेकिन आपने इसको कट कर दिया यहाँ पे एंड यहाँ पे, ये आपको एक टुकड़ा मिलेगा which cannot be extended, so which cannot be extended at any of the ends. That's why this is called as a line segment. It is nothing but a segment of the line. It is nothing but a segment or part of a line. Intersecting lines माने क्या? Any two lines, more than two lines which are intersecting each other at two or at one or more than one points, they are called intersecting lines. जैसे ये हो गए, ये हो गए, ये हो गए. Any number of lines can be intersecting each other. But इसके कुछ basic rules है, वो ध्यान में रखना, that through one point, two lines always intersect each other at only one point. Please note this down, that two lines always intersect each other at only one point, and through one point infinite number of intersecting lines can be drawn. अगर मैं एक पॉइंट कंसीडर करूं तो ये लाइंस, ये पॉइंट से मैं इनफाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ लाइंस ड्रॉ कर सकता हूं। करते जाओ करते जाओ करते जाओ, रात भर बैठो, दिन भर बैठो, साल भर बैठो, आपके लाइंस खत्म नहीं होगी। ठीक है, बिकॉज ये लाइन आप सिर्फ यहाँ पे इमेजिन कर रहे हो। अगर आप एक यूनिवर्स में इमेजिन करोगे तो आप इसमें इसके थ्रू ऐसे स्क्रीन के आर पार भी लाइन ड्रॉ कर सकते हो। देन स्क्रीन को टेंजेंट भी लाइन ड्रॉ कर सकते हो, देन स्क्रीन को परपेंडिकुलर भी लाइन ड्रॉ कर सकते हो। बहुत सारे तरीके के आप लाइंस ड्रॉ कर सकते हो थ्रू ओनली वन पॉइंट। दैट्स व्हाई इंटरसेक्टिंग लाइंस कैन बी इनफाइनाइट थ्रू वन पॉइंट, बट टू लाइंस ऑलवेज इंटरसेक्ट ईच अदर एट ओनली वन पॉइंट। एंड देन एंगल्स फॉर्म बाय पेयर ऑफ इंटरसेक्टिंग लाइंस, ये सिंपल है। अगर मैंने कोई भी दो इंटरसेक्टिंग लाइंस निकाली तो there are multiple angles formed, जैसे एंगल A, B, C। अगर आप ऑब्जर्व करोगे A and C are opposite angles, B and D are opposite angles। अपोजिट किसके अराउंड है वो? ये एक एंगल का वर्टेक्स हो जाता है। जब भी मैं एक एंगल निकालता हूं उसके दो पार्ट्स होते हैं, these are the arms of that angle, arm, and this is the vertex, this is the vertex of that angle। तो एक ही वर्टेक्स पे दो एंगल जब हो जाते हैं एंड जब दोनों आर्म्स आप कंटिन्यू करते हो तो वो जब लाइन बन जाती है तो वो हो जाते हैं वर्टिकली अपोजिट एंगल्स। एंड वर्टिकली अपोजिट एंगल्स आर ऑलवेज कॉन्ग्रुएंट। एंगल्स formed by a pair of intersecting lines is vertically opposite angles, and vertically opposite angles are always congruent. Apart from this, A and B are called as linear angles. Why? Because two arms of angles form a line. Two arms of two angles form a line, and one arm is common, Then those two angles are always called as linear angles, and they are always supplementary. Linear angles are always supplementary. Please remember this. Are always supplementary. Matlab they will add up to 180 degrees. Okay, that is 180 degrees. So that means A plus B is equal to B plus C. They have one common arm, and other two arms are forming a line. Then C plus D and D plus A, all of them will add up to 180 degree each. 180 degrees, 180 degrees, 180 degrees, and 180 degrees. Cool? Simple है. अभी है कुछ basic properties of more basic properties of lines. जैसे if two lines are intersecting each other, forming four angles of 90 degree each. Forming four angles of 90 degree each, then they are said to be perpendicular to each other and perpendicular side. Perpendicular. Two lines are always perpendicular to each other if they are forming four angles of 90 degree each. Parallel lines मतलब क्या? A pair of two lines, a pair of two coplanar lines. Pair of two coplanar lines. Coplanar मतलब क्या? Two lines lying in the same plane, which will never intersect each other, is called as parallel lines. जैसे even though it is not a straight, but rail की tracks, train tracks are always parallel. एक मतलब इंटरसेक्ट हो रही है दो डिफरेंट रूट्स, तो वो मत बोलना, बट ये दो ट्रैक्स हमेशा आप देखोगे, कश्मीर से कन्याकुमारी तक जाओ या बम्बई से कोलकाता तक जाओ, बम्बई से अरुणाचल प्रदेश तक जाओ, नागालैंड तक जाओ, आपको एक ट्रेन से अगर जा रहे हो तो उसकी दो ट्रैक्स कभी भी इंटरसेक्ट नहीं होगी. देन पैरेलल लाइंस के साथ एक बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट आता है ट्रांसवर्सल. जैसे दो लाइंस आर पैरेलल एंड इफ देयर इज अ कॉमन लाइन व्हिच इज इंटरसेक्टिंग बोथ द लाइंस, if there is a common line which is intersecting a pair of parallel lines, then it is called as a transversal. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट है गाइस, क्योंकि इसके ऊपर बहुत सारे प्रॉपर्टीज है, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस बनते हैं. आप कोई भी एग्जाम उठा के देखो, इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आपको जरूर दिखेगा. अगर ज्योमेट्री पे क्वेश्चन है तो बेसिकली लाइंस पे क्वेश्चन है तो इसी पे आएगा. तो a pair of parallel lines, if the pair of parallel lines is being intersected by a common line, then it is called as a transversal. तो ये जैसे ट्रांसवर्सल आ जाती है तो इसके साथ साथ कुछ एंगल्स बनाती है ट्रांसवर्सल लाइन. उसके लिए हम लोग देखेंगे ये वाला फिगर. Let us say line M and line N are parallel to each other. Line M is parallel to line N, and line L is the transversal. Line L is the transversal. So angles formed by parallel lines are, and pair of parallel lines and transversal are 8 angles. जैसे angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. तो ये सब एंगल्स के अपने अपने नाम होते हैं. पेयर ऑफ एंगल्स के हर एक एंगल का कोई भी दो एंगल उठा के देखो, उनका पेयर बनेगा एंड उनके भी एक अपनी पहचान होगी. जैसे एंगल 1, 2 आर लीनियर एंगल्स, कोलिनियर एंगल्स, करेक्ट. Angle 2 and 3 are linear angles or supplementary angles. 3, 4, 4, 1. Similarly, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 8, 5 are collinear angles. Then 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, 8 are vertically opposite angles. That's why they are always equal. Now, a new pair of angles is introduced, which is called as corresponding angles. जैसे M के ऊपर angles lying above line M and on the left hand side of line L are corresponding angles. For example, 1 and 5. Angles lying above M and N and on the right hand side of the angle of the transversal are called as करस्पॉन्डिंग एंगल्स जैसे 2 and 6, सिमिलरली 4, 8 and 3, 7. सो करस्पॉन्डिंग एंगल्स कौन से हो गए? 1, 5, 2, 6, 3, 7 and 4, 8, and they are always equal. Why are they equal? पहली चीज तो आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा, because lines M and N are parallel and line L is a transverse, and since line L is a straight line intersecting both the parallel lines M and N, so they will always form a common angle at both the lines. That's why they are always, the corresponding angles are always congruent. साथ ही साथ 1 equal to 3 भी है, that means 5 equal to 7 भी है, and 2 equal to 4 भी है, तो 6 equal to 8 भी है. इसके साथ होता है एक पेयर इंटरनल एंगल्स का. जैसे ये दो पैरेलल लाइंस जो बनी है, जो दो पैरेलल लाइंस आपकी बनी है, उसके अंदरूनी भाग में, उसके इंटरनल साइड में जो एंगल्स फॉल हो रहे हैं, दे आर कॉल्ड एज इंटरनल एंगल्स. नाउ 4, 5, 3, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, all 4 are internal angles. लेकिन as 4 and 5 are falling on the same side of the transversal and 3 and 6 are falling on the same side of the transversal, they form a pair 3, 6, 4, 5. And always remember that a pair of internal angles is supplementary. 3 plus 6 is equals to 4 plus 5, which is equals to 180 degree. कैसे? देखो, 1 and 4 are corresponding angles, and 1 and 4 are collinear angles. Therefore 1 plus 4 equal to 180 degree, and 1 and 5 are corresponding angles. Therefore 1 equal to 5. So 1 plus 4 is equal to 180 degree जैसे मैं लिखता हूँ, and 1 equal to 5 लिखता हूँ, तो it also means that 4 plus 5 is also equal to 180 degrees. Similarly, the same theory also applies for 2, 3 and 6. Then इसी प्रकार जो पैरेलल लाइंस के इंटरनल अंदरूनी भाग में जो आते हैं, दोज आर इंटरनल एंगल्स, तो उसके बाहरी हिस्से में जो आते हैं, दोज आर एक्सटर्नल एंगल्स. इसके भी कुछ पेयर्स बनेंगे, जैसे 1 plus 8 and 2 plus 7, and they are also supplementary. क्यों? क्योंकि सेम थ्योरी. अगर 1 plus 4 is 180 degree, then and 4 is equals to 8, that means 1 plus 8 is equals to 180 degrees. Similarly, 2 plus 3 is equals to 180 degree, and 3 equals to 7, that's why 2 plus 7 equals to 180 degree. अभी मजा आता है, सबसे ज्यादा बड़ा कंफ्यूजन होता है लोगों को ऑल्टरनेट एंगल्स में. मैं इसको फिर से नंबर्स देता हूँ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. अभी ये ट्रांसवर्सल लाइन M, लाइन N आर पैरेलल, एंड लाइन L इज अ ट्रांसवर्सल. नाउ ट्रांसवर्सल का एक एंगल अगर ट्रांसवर्सल के लेफ्ट में है एंड एक एंगल राइट में है, तो उनको बोला जाता है पेयर ऑफ ऑल्टरनेट एंगल्स. लेकिन वो दोनों पैरेलल लाइंस के एक तो इंटरनल साइड में होने चाहिए या तो फिर एक्सटर्नल साइड में चाहिए, तो वो अच्छा ऑल्टरनेट एंगल्स का पेयर बनता है. जैसे internal alternate angles are angle 4 and angle 6. Internal alternate angles are angle 5 and angle 3. External alternate angles are 1 and 7. External alternate angles are 2 and 8. क्योंकि ये एक तो लाइन पैरेलल लाइंस के एक्सटर्नल हिस्से में है एंड ट्रांसवर्सल के अपोजिट साइड में. ये 4, 6, 3, 5 पैरेलल लाइंस के इंटरनल साइड में है एंड ट्रांसवर्सल के अपोजिट साइड में. एंड अ पेयर ऑफ इंटरनल एंगल्स 4 equal to is always equal. 4 equal to 6 and 3 equal to 5. Pair of external angles, external alternate angles is also always equal. That is 1 equal to 7 and 2 equal to 8. क्यों? सिंपल है. फिर से जैसे मैंने बोला था आपको कि 4 and 2 are vertically opposite angles. That means 4 equal to 2 because they are vertically opposite angles. And we also know that 2 equal to 6 because they are corresponding angles. That means 4 is also equal to 6. Similarly, 1 is equal to 3 because they are vertically opposite angles, and 3 is equal to 7 because they are corresponding angles. That means 1 is equal to 7. करेक्ट. मैंने इसका प्रूफ दे दिया आपको, इसका प्रूफ दे दिया. आप इसका एंड इसका प्रूफ खुद से इमेजिन कर सकते हो, सॉल्व कर सकते हो. राइट. सो दीज आर सम वेरी वेरी बेसिक but very important theories of lines and angles, which will always help you in any basic session, basic to advanced level session of geometry. Okay, stay tuned for other basic sessions of geometry. We will be coming up with all the concepts of geometry in the upcoming sessions. And in this video, we are going to have a look at some basic concepts of triangle. Triangle is a very important concept of geometry, and the basic concept which we are going to learn today will be helpful to you for any after 12th aptitude based exam, जैसे any BBA entrance exam or law entrance exam, or any other aptitude based exam, any after graduation aptitude based exam, जैसे any MBA entrance exam, और जहाँ पे aptitude पूछा जाता है MC entrance exam, or any banking exam, और let us say GRE, GMAT, ये सब स्टडी अब्रॉड के कोर्सेज हैं. कोई भी कोर्स के लिए आप जहाँ पे एप्टीट्यूड एंड ज्योमेट्री इंपॉर्टेंट है, वहां पे ये चैप्टर इंपॉर्टेंट होने वाला है. सो लेट अस स्टार्ट विद ट्रायंगल्स. इसके पहले ज्योमेट्री का फर्स्ट बेसिक सेशन जो लाइंस एंगल्स हुआ था, वो आपको देखना बहुत जरूरी है, जिसका लिंक मैंने यहाँ पे प्रोवाइड किया हुआ है. बिकॉज बिफोर दैट, if you don't understand what are the lines and what is the point and what are the properties of lines, then you will not understand triangles and many properties of triangles. So what is a triangle? Triangle is any three-sided entity, three-sided closed figure which have exactly three sides and exactly three vertices. Vertices are the points where two adjacent sides of a triangle meet, and there are three angles to any triangle, which will add up to addition of all the three angles of a triangle. Addition of all the three angles of a triangle is always equal to 180 degrees. Existence property of a triangle. Let us assume this is triangle ABC with sides small a, small b and small c units. It can be centimeter, inches, millimeter, जो भी है. So for any triangle to exist, sum of any two sides of a triangle, sum of any two sides of a triangle should always be greater than the third side, greater than the third side. जैसे a plus b must be greater than third c, b plus c must be greater than a, or a plus c must be greater than b for any triangle to exist. For any triangle to exist, correct? Otherwise it won't be a triangle if the side as sum of any two sides of a triangle is equal to or less than the third side, correct? आप इसको draw करके देखो practically. Then types of triangles based on side and angles. So there are various types of triangles based on their sides and angles, जिसमें सबसे important and सबसे पहला आता है scalene triangle, जिसकी ना कोई साइड इक्वल है ना कोई एंगल इक्वल है. यहाँ पे अगर मैं इसको ट्रायंगल ए बी सी नाम दे दूं एंड दीज आर देयर साइड्स ए बी सी, सो ए इज नॉट इक्वल टू बी, इज नॉट इक्वल टू सी. तीनों में से एक भी साइड और एक भी एंगल इक्वल नहीं है, इसको बोला जाता है स्केलिंग ट्रायंगल. ओके, देन सेकेंड टाइप इज आइसोसेलेस ट्रायंगल. सेकेंड टाइप इज आइसोसेलेस ट्रायंगल, जहां पे कोई तो भी दो एडजेसेंट साइड्स आर ऑलवेज इक्वल एट द एंगल्स अपोजिट टू दोस equal sides are always equal. Angles opposite to those equal sides are always equal. So यहाँ पे क्या होता है, any two sides are always equal. Any two sides and angles opposite to those sides, opposite to those equal sides are always equal. Correct? And similarly, इसी का थोड़ा upgraded version है equilateral triangle, where all the three sides and all the three angles of a triangle are equal. All the three sides and all the three angles of a triangle are equal. तो जैसे ही मैंने बोला all the three angles of a triangle are equal, so if I assume this is angle measure x, angle measure x, angle measure x, I will get 3x equals to 180 degrees, because measurement of all the three angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. That means each individual angle of an equilateral triangle will measure 60 degrees. Each individual angle of an equilateral triangle will measure 60 degrees. Correct? These are some very basic properties of a triangle. Now let us move forward to the some two other parts of a triangle, कि किसको क्या बोला जाता है और क्या क्या parts of a triangle are existing. So let us begin with median. Median क्या होता है? Median का definition ये होता है that a line or a segment, line segment joining any vertex of a triangle, joining any vertex and midpoint of the opposite side. For example, if I draw this triangle, so triangle ABC has three vertices A, B, and C, and three sides, namely AB, BC, and CA. If I say that point D, is the midpoint of side BC, and I try to join this vertex with this point D. मैंने पहले ही बोला है आपको कि I am not the artist, so मेरी lines and figures, मेरा curves के साथ बहुत अच्छा relation है, straight lines के साथ नहीं. Okay, if I say that this is line, the AD is a straight line. कैसे ड्रॉ करूं इसको? AD is a straight line. Great. Where BD equal to DC, where length BD equals to length DC, that's why D is a midpoint, and this line segment joining vertex and a midpoint of the opposite side is called as a median. And जैसे ही एक vertex बनता है तो ऐसा दूसरा vertex भी बन सकता है, इसी तरीके से आपका तीसरा vertex भी बन सकता है. क्या गलती है इसमें? एक ट्रायंगल को तीन साइड से तीन वर्टेक्स है तो तीनों साइड्स के मिड पॉइंट, तीनों अपोजिट वर्टेक्स ज्वाइन करके मैं तीन मीडियन निकाल सकता हूं. एंड फॉर एनी ट्रायंगल, फॉर एनी टाइप ऑफ ट्रायंगल, लेट इट बी स्केलेट ट्रायंगल, राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल, एक्यूट एंगल ट्रायंगल और ऑब्टूस एंगल ट्रायंगल, all the vertices will pass through the one common point, the one common point, which is called as the median, So all the 3 points, 3 lines will pass through one common point, which is called as a median, which is called as a centroid. So this point is called as a centroid. तो जैसे ही एक सेंट्रोइड आ जाता है, आपको कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज इसकी समझना बहुत जरूरी होती है. जैसे median divides the area of a triangle in two equal parts. जैसे यहाँ पे median AD is dividing the area of triangle ABC in two equal parts. If area of triangle ABC is 100 units, then area of triangle ABD is 50 units, and area of triangle ACD is 50 units. Okay. Similarly, centroid divides the median in the ratio, centroid divides the median in the ratio 2:1. 2:1. अभी ये मीडियन को अगर मैं 3 पार्ट में डिवाइड करूँ तो इसमें से 2 पार्ट सेंट्रोइड के वर्टेक्स साइड में आते हैं एंड एक पार्ट सेंट्रोइड के मीडियन मिड पॉइंट साइड में आता है. इसमें से कोई भी मीडियन के लिए DEF अगर मैं ऐसा नाम दूं तो कोई भी मीडियन के लिए फॉर मीडियन BE as well, if this is point G, so BG upon GE, it is something like AG upon DG is equals to BG upon EG is equals to CG upon FG is equals to 2 upon 1 is equals to 2 upon 1. Correct? Plus all these 6 triangles 1 2 3 4 5 6 will have an equal area. This is a very very important point. ठीक है, क्या मैं सबको नहीं बताता हूँ, सिर्फ आपको बता रहा हूँ, अच्छे से ध्यान में रखो. All these 6 triangles which are formed, the triangle 1 2 3 4 5 6 will have an equal area. So total area of a triangle is also divided into 6 equal parts. Okay, then these are very important points. If you want to find out the median length of the median, there was one scientific mathematician known Apollonius. अपोलोनियस, जो भाई साहब ने आपका ज्योमेट्री थोड़ा और क्रिटिकल करने के लिए उसमें और एक फॉर्मूला डाल दिया. यूजिंग द अपोलोनियस थ्योरम यू कैन फाइंड आउट द लेंथ ऑफ द मीडियन एंड दिस थ्योरम इज कॉल्ड एज AB square plus AC square is equals to 2 in bracket AD square plus BD square. ये ध्यान में रखने के लिए आप ध्यान में रखो कि कोई भी एक वर्टेक्स पकड़ो, जैसे मैंने ए वर्टेक्स पकड़ा, तो ए वर्टेक्स से स्टार्ट होने वाले तीन सेगमेंट से, एक AB एंड AC, टू साइड्स ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल, एंड AD मीडियन ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल. तो दो साइड्स एक साइड में एक तरफ आ जाएंगे एंड एक मीडियन जो है वो एक तरफ आ जाएगा. लेकिन मीडियन 2:1 अकेला कैसे झगड़ेगा इनके साथ? इसीलिए जो थर्ड साइड है उसका हाफ, इसलिए जो थर्ड साइड है उसका हाफ. तो देखो AB स्क्वायर प्लस AC स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 2 इन ब्रैकेट AD स्क्वायर प्लस BD स्क्वायर. तो ये जाके ये इक्वल वेट हो जाता है, तो इनका वेट बहुत हेवी हो जाता था इसके बदले. Okay, so these are some very basic points related to median and centroid. Moving forward to the altitude. Altitude मतलब क्या है, ये पहले समझने के लिए हमें एक छोटा सा डायग्राम निकालना पड़ेगा. Let us say this is a triangle ABC of any type. It can be scalene, isosceles or equilateral. It can be acute, obtuse or right angle. But जैसे ही मैं एक वर्टेक्स से अपोजिट साइड पे परपेंडिकुलर डालने की कोशिश करता हूं, तो आई विल गेट द हाइट ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल. व्हाई? बिकॉज यू नो दैट एरिया ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल इज इक्वल टू 1/2 into base into height of the triangle. तो हाइट माने क्या? a perpendicular distance between the vertex and the opposite side. For any vertex, perpendicular distance between the vertex and the opposite side. A perpendicular distance between the vertex and the opposite side. If I name these points P, Q and R, if I name these points P, Q and R, then AP is the media altitude on side BC, BQ is the altitude on side AC, CR is the altitude on side BA. And here as well, all the three altitudes of a triangle will pass through only one point, which is called as an orthocenter. All the three point of intersection of all the three altitudes of a triangle is called as an orthocenter. This is a common point for any type of a triangle, irrespective of their sides and angles. ओके, ऑल्टीट्यूड से रिलेटेड बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉपर्टीज एंड बहुत ज्यादा फॉर्मूलेज नहीं है, बट ये पॉइंट बहुत अच्छी तरीके से ध्यान में रखना, बिकॉज इससे रिलेटेड इक्विलेटरल ट्रायंगल की कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज आती हैं जो हम लोग धीरे धीरे आगे देखेंगे. सो बच्चों, ये हो गया ऑल्टीट्यूड एंड ऑर्थोसेंटर. इसके साथ एक आता है परपेंडिकुलर बाइसेक्टर. तो जैसे हमने परपेंडिकुलर देख लिया, जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं ऑल्टीट्यूड, मीडियन देख लिया जो एक्चुअली अपोजिट साइड को बाइसेक्ट करता है लेकिन अपोजिट वर्टेक्स को कनेक्ट करता है. तो ऐसा भी तो कुछ होना चाहिए जो परपेंडिकुलर भी है और बाइसेक्ट भी करता है अपोजिट साइड को. करेक्ट, जो परपेंडिकुलर भी है और अपोजिट साइड को बाइसेक्ट भी करता है उसको बोला जाता है परपेंडिकुलर बाइसेक्टर. लेकिन आपकी यहाँ पे हर एक कंडीशन नहीं सेटिस्फाई होगी. दैट परपेंडिकुलर बाइसेक्टर शुड आल्सो पास थ्रू द अपोजिट वर्टेक्स. ये सब नहीं होगा, बहुत ज्यादा लाड़ प्यार में मत आना. ठीक है, लेट अस से दिस इज ट्रायंगल ABC. अगर मैं साइड BC का मिड पॉइंट निकालूं, लेट अस से पॉइंट D इज द मिड पॉइंट ऑफ साइड BC एंड इसमें परपेंडिकुलर डालने की कोशिश करूं, सो गोइंग बाय द टाइप ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल इट विल नेवर पास थ्रू द अपोजिट वर्टेक्स A. चलेगा, वो मेरा कंडीशन भी नहीं है दैट इट शुड पास थ्रू द अपोजिट वर्टेक्स A. आई जस्ट वांट दैट इट शुड बी अ परपेंडिकुलर बाइसेक्टर. So if I draw a straight line which is perpendicular to side BC and bisecting the side BC in two equal parts, then it is called as a perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector. तो जैसे साइड BC का आ सकता है उसी तरीके से साइड AC का भी आ सकता है एंड साइड AB का भी आ सकता है. क्या बुरा किया इन दोनों ने? राइट, उसी तरीके से साइड AC एंड साइड AB के भी तो परपेंडिकुलर बाइसेक्टर्स आ सकते हैं. उन्होंने क्या गलती किया? तो these points are D, E and F. All the three bisectors are perpendicular at the respective midpoints. करेक्ट. अभी ये पॉइंट को बोला जाता है, the point of intersection of perpendicular bisectors is always called as the circumcenter. और क्यों सर्कम सेंटर बोला जाता है, इसके पीछे भी एक रीजन है. सर्कम, दिस इज अ सेंटर ऑफ अ सर्कल. विच सर्कल? विच circumscribes the triangle, which circumscribes the triangle. That's why it is called as a circumcircle. Matlab, what do you mean by circumscribe? If I draw the radius from point O on point A, on point C, on point B, on point C, and on point A, then surprisingly the distance between OA is equal to the distance between OB is equal to the distance between OC, जिसको हम लोग यूजुअली बोलते हैं सर्कम रेडियस. और अगर आप ये सेंटर पकड़ के एक सर्कल निकालते हो, अभी मेरा ट्रायंगल ही ठीक से नहीं आता है, तो सर्कल के लिए तो मैं आपके पैर पकड़ के माफी मांगता हूँ, प्लीज सॉरी फॉर दैट. समझ लेना, ये जो फिगर बनी है वो सर्कल बनी है. तो अगर ये रेडियस सेम आता है तो द सर्कल विच आई ड्रॉ कंसिडरिंग दिस पॉइंट एज सेंटर एंड दिस डिस्टेंस एज अ रेडियस, देन इट विल पास थ्रू ऑल द थ्री वर्टाइसेस ऑफ द ट्रायंगल. It will comfortably pass through all the three vertices of a triangle, and that's why it is called as a circumcenter. And the circle which circumscribes the triangle is called as the circumcircle. And the radius which is involved with this is called as a circumradius. Okay, ये हो गया मेरा basics of circumcenter and perpendicular bisector. ओके, इससे रिलेटेड बहुत सारे फॉर्मूलाज है एरिया के एंड अदर फॉर पॉइंट्स which are very much related to, which are very much important for the various exams, various entrance exams and other graduation level entrance exams, जिसके लिए जो बहुत ज्यादा डिटेल में पॉइंट्स है, बहुत ज्यादा थ्योरी लगती है, वो हम लोग क्लास में पढ़ाएंगे. ओके, these are the basic concepts which you are expected to know before you appear for our class. That's why हमने basic session record किया है. Moving forward to the last point of a triangle, angle bisector and incenter. इसके लिए फिर से एक छोटा सा ट्रायंगल अज्यूम करो ऑफ एनी टाइप. अगेन फिर से एबीसी से तो हमें भी शादी करनी है, इसलिए हमेशा हम लोग एबीसी यूज करेंगे. ठीक है, अभी जैसे तीन एंगल्स आते हैं, तीन साइड्स आती है, तीन वर्टाइसेस आते हैं, तो साइड का अगर बाइसेक्टर हो सकता है तो एंगल का क्यों नहीं हो सकता, राइट? If I bisect angle B, I will get the angle bisector BD. If I bisect angle A, I will get the angle bisector A. Sorry, BD नहीं करते हैं, छोटे छोटे सिंपल नॉमेनक्लेचर रखते हैं हमेशा से. A D B E एंड अभी ये हो जाता है थर्ड वाला तकलीफ का काम. And CF. Assume that all these three are angle bisectors of the respective angle, and they are again passing through the same point of intersection, which is called as an incenter. Point of intersection of all the three angle bisectors of a triangle is called as incenter, and there is again a reason behind this point being named as incenter, because now if I draw a perpendicular from this point O on any side, if I draw perpendicular from this point O on any side, let us say this is P, let us say this is Q. अभी आपको दिखने के लिए नहीं दिखेगा, लेकिन वो प्रैक्टिकली OP, distance between OP is equal to distance between OQ is equal to distance between OR is equal to small r, which is usually called as in radius. Why? Because if I draw a circle intersecting all these 3 points, taking this point O as the center, there will be a circle which is just tangent to all these 3 sides of a triangle. It will just touch the sides of a triangle at one point, and that's why all these 3 sides are also called as tangent to the circle. And since this circle completely or income partially lies inside the triangle, it is called as the incircle. It is called as the incircle. It always lies completely inside the ओके और जिसका इसका रेडियस को नाम कहा जाता है इन रेडियस, इसके रेडियस को नाम कहा जाता है इन रेडियस। बहुत सिंपल है, ओके बहुत ज्यादा दिक्कत का काम नहीं है। अभी जैसे हमने एंगल बाइसेक्टर देख ही लिया है, तो एंगल बाइसेक्टर की छोटी सी प्रॉपर्टी भी है एंगल बाइसेक्टर थ्योरम की। इफ अगेन हम जो बहुत सारे ट्रायंगल, पहले मेरा डायग्राम ऑप्शन है, वो डायग्राम निकालने में मजा आता है। सो दिस इज ट्रायंगल ए बी सी D. Let us assume this is angle bisector of angle BAC as AD. Here the angle bisector will always divide the side, will always divide the opposite side BD and CD in the ratio of the adjacent sides AB and AC. BD upon CD is equals to AB upon AC. It is called as an angle bisector. ओके इसके अलावा इससे रिलेटेड कुछ एरियाज के प्रॉपर्टीज हैं, कुछ एरियाज के थ्योरम से जो हम लोग एक्चुअल रेगुलर क्लास में सीखेंगे। ओके नाउ मूविंग फॉरवर्ड टू द प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल। दीज आर वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ एन इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल व्हिच यू मस्ट नो बिफोर कमिंग टू आवर रेगुलर क्लास। सो इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल, फिर से गुड डेफिनेशन वाइज, व्हाट इज एन इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल? A triangle which has all the three sides and three angles equal. All the three angles will measure up to 60 degrees and all the three sides are measuring x units for triangle A, B, C. So surprisingly बोलो या coincidentally बोलो, क्या होता है पता है? इसका median is equal to इसका median, इसका altitude, इसका परपेंडिकुलर, बाइसेक्टर एंड हर एक एंगल का एंगल बाइसेक्टर। ओनली फॉर इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल सब कुछ सेम होता है। जैसे मैंने ये लाइन निकाला, सेगमेंट निकाला AD, ये यहाँ पे आके परपेंडिकुलर गिरेगा, ये यहाँ पे आके मीडियन भी बनेगा, ये 60 डिग्री को 30 में डिवाइड भी करेगा एंड ये साइड BC को परपेंडिकुलरली बाइसेक्ट भी करेगा। तो ये the same segment is median as well as altitude as well as perpendicular bisector as well as angle bisector। अभी ये सिर्फ एक साइड के लिए एप्लीकेबल रहेगा क्या? ऑब्वियसली नहीं, ये सब तीनों साइड्स के लिए एप्लीकेबल रहेगा। एंड इसी का मतलब है कि फॉर इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल सेंट्रॉइड is nothing but orthocenter, is nothing but circumcenter, is nothing but incenter। करेक्ट, यही सेंटर से आपका सर्कल भी निकलेगा, यही सेंटर से आपका इन सर्कल भी निकलेगा, यही सेंटर को आप ऑर्थोसेंटर और सेंट्रॉइड भी कहोगे। तो area of any triangle is equals to 1/2 into base into height. Now if I assume triangle ADC as a right angle triangle, which is a right angle triangle, I need not assume, so this is 60 degrees, this is 90 degrees, so this will become 30 degrees, this will become 30 degrees. And if you remember the basic rules of trigonometry which you learned in the school days, then side opposite to 60 degree, which is height in this case, is always √3/2 into side of the triangle, which is always equal to √3/2 into side of a triangle, correct? Which is altitude, which is also altitude in this case, in the case of an equilateral triangle. So here the area of a triangle becomes 1/2 into base is nothing but side of a triangle multiplied by √3/2 into side of the triangle, which is nothing but area of an equilateral triangle is equals to side square multiplied by √3/4, side square multiplied by √3/4। इसके साथ साथ जैसे आपको पता है that this is a point which is centroid, so this will divide the circle, this will divide the median in the ratio 2:1, बट जैसे आपको पता है दिस इज ऑल्सो द सर्कम सेंटर एंड इन सेंटर, सो टू साइड जो है, टू पार्ट वाला जो साइड है मीडियन का, दिस विल बिकम सर्कम रेडियस, एंड वन पार्ट वाला जो साइड है वो बनेगा इन रेडियस. दैट मींस circum radius is equals to 2 times of in radius. That means circum radius is equals to 2 times of in radius. Correct? Which is also equal to, which is also equal to altitude. ये क्या हो गया अभी, altitude मेरा 2 by, this is also equal to 2 by 3 of the altitude or height of the triangle, which is equals to 2 by 3 multiplied by root 3 by 2 multiplied by side of the triangle, which is equals to circum radius equals to side upon root 3. Side circum radius equals to side upon root 3, and in radius equals to side upon 2 root 3, and in radius equals to side upon 2 root 3. Correct? तो इन्हीं के साथ सर्कम रेडियस एंड इन रेडियस के कुछ फॉर्मूलेज हैं जो मैं आपको यहाँ पे बताना चाहूंगा. दैट एरिया ऑफ अ triangle using the circum radius is equals to multiplication of all the three sides divided by 4 into circum radius. Area of a triangle equals to ABC divided by 4 into circum radius, and as for in radius area of a triangle is equals to R into side of a triangle. R into semi-perimeter of a triangle. R into semi-perimeter of a triangle, where semi-perimeter equals to addition of all the three sides of a triangle divided by 2. Perimeter मतलब क्या होता है? Addition of all the three sides of a triangle. तो semi-perimeter मतलब क्या होगा? उसका exact half. Correct? इसके साथ साथ प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ एन इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल, बाकी के प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ एन इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल भी है जो बहुत हर एग्जाम में नहीं इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो हायर लेवल एग्जाम्स के सेशंस में हम लोग आपको जरूर पढ़ाएंगे. बट ये बेसिक प्रॉपर्टी जो है ये आपको पता होना बहुत जरूरी है बिफोर यू कम टू द सेशन. Similarly, there is one more type of a triangle which is right angle triangle based on the angles. So this is called as the right angle. This is how it looks. Any one of the three angles is equals to 90 degree, and using the Pythagoras theorem I get a square plus b square equal to c square. Correct? So यहाँ पे हमेशा याद रखना that altitude on the hypotenuse. Altitude माने क्या? A perpendicular drawn from any vertex to the opposite side. So this is nothing but the altitude on the hypotenuse. Altitude on the hypotenuse is always equal to multiplication of the two sides divided by the hypotenuse. Multiplication of the two sides divided by the hypotenuse. Correct? Then right angle triangle is always enclosed in a semicircle. ये मैं सर्कल के बेसिक सेशंस में आपको डिटेल में बताऊंगा, डोंट वरी. Then इसका एक और important point है that midpoint of the hypotenuse is equidistant from all the three vertices. क्यों? सिंपल रीजन इसका, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जैसे आप मिड पॉइंट निकाल, अब ये इक्विलैटरल राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल रहे, स्केलिन ट्रायंगल रहे, ऑब्ट्यूज एंगल ट्रायंगल रहे, इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल रहे, आइसोसेलेस ट्रायंगल रहे या एक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल रहे, हर एक ट्रायंगल को सर्कम सेंटर तो होता ही है. तो इन केस ऑफ राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल द सर्कम सेंटर इज ऑलवेज द मिड पॉइंट. सर्कम सेंटर इज ऑलवेज द मिड पॉइंट. ये हमेशा ध्यान में रखना. क्यों? क्योंकि ये मिड पॉइंट जैसे मैंने निकाला और यहाँ से अगर मैं सर्कल निकालना चाहूँ तो वो तो ये दो पॉइंट से, if I assume the half of the hypotenuse is the radius, if I assume that half of the hypotenuse is the radius. एक second guys, there is some error in the PPT. Let me just check it. Okay. एंगल बाइसेक्टर वगैरह तो बता प्रॉपर्ली कैलकुलेट करना। हाँ, सो अरे यार, सो क्या होता है कि लेट अस से दिस इज द मिड पॉइंट ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल, तो यहाँ से अगर मैं सर्कल निकालूं, दिस इज सर्कम रेडियस, दिस इज सर्कल रेडियस, तो ऑब्वियसली वो सर्कल सर्कल आपका तीनों वर्टाइसेस से पास होना चाहिए, इसकी वजह से ये भी लेंथ आपका आर ही होता है। ओके, इट इज ऑलवेज आर इक्वल्स टू हाफ ऑफ द हाइपोटेनियस, हाफ ऑफ द हाइपोटेनियस। करेक्ट। इसका एक छोटा सा फॉर्मूला और भी है, दैट इन रेडियस इज ऑलवेज इक्वल्स टू द एडिशन ऑफ टू साइड्स माइनस हाइपोटेनियस डिवाइडेड बाय 2। इन रेडियस इज ऑलवेज इक्वल्स टू एडिशन ऑफ टू साइड्स माइनस हाइपोटेनियस डिवाइडेड बाय 2। ये बेसिक फॉर्मूला है, ये रट्टा मार के रखो, इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन अगर चाहिए तो हम लोग क्लास में बताते हैं, डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट। ओके, then if I have drawn, let us say this is an this is a right angle triangle which is in which I have drawn an altitude on the hypotenuse. I have drawn an altitude on the hypotenuse which is dividing the hypotenuse in the ratio x and y, which is dividing the hypotenuse in the parts x and y. Then in this case h square equals to x into y. In this case h square equals to x into y. Okay. Okay, now moving forward to some last basic sessions of the triangles, जो आपको पता, basic properties of a triangle जो आपको पता होना जरूरी है before you attend a classroom or online session. So test of congruency. Any two triangles are said to be congruent. Any two triangles are said to be congruent if they have all the three angles equal, all the three angles and all the three sides exactly equal. All the three angles and all the three sides exactly equal, then and only then all the three, both the triangles are said to be congruent. लेकिन किस तरीके से आइडेंटिफाई करना है, उसके लिए कुछ टेस्ट होती है, साइड एंगल साइड, साइड साइड साइड, एंगल साइड एंगल एंड राइट हैंड साइड टेस्ट फॉर राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल। अगर कोई भी दो ट्रायंगल की दो साइड्स इक्वल है, वो दोनों साइड्स के बीच का एंगल, जैसे ये दो साइड्स इक्वल है विद दीस टू साइड्स एंड इनके बीच का जो एंगल है वो भी इक्वल है, तो बाय डिफॉल्ट थर्ड साइड एंड द रिमेनिंग two angles will be equal and the two triangles will be congruent. अगर कोई दो ट्रायंगल्स की तीनों साइड्स इक्वल है, तो बाय डिफॉल्ट ऑल द थ्री एंगल्स विल बी इक्वल एंड those two triangles are congruent. ये स्केलिन, आइसोसेलेस, इक्विलैटरल, एक्यूट, ऑब्ट्यूज, राइट एंगल कोई भी ट्रायंगल के लिए एप्लीकेबल है। अगर कोई भी दो एंगल्स, उन दोनों एंगल के बीच में जो साइड है वो अगर इक्वल है, देन those two triangles are always congruent. कोई भी दो एंगल है, वो दोनों एंगल के बीच की जो साइड है वो इक्वल चाहिए। सिमिलरली राइट हैंड साइड मतलब जो दो राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल्स आपने बनाए हैं उनका अगर हाइपोटेनियस इक्वल है, तो हाइपोटेनियस के अपोजिट का एक एंगल भी ऑब्वियसली इक्वल हो जाता है, तो बचे हुए दो साइड एंड दो एंगल्स हमेशा इक्वल होते हैं। ये लिख लो मेरे से, वो होता है राइट हैंड साइड प्रॉपर्टी। उनके साथ साथ कुछ ट्रायंगल्स की सिमिलरिटी प्रॉपर्टी भी होती है, जैसे टू ट्रायंगल्स कैन बी सिमिलर, मतलब एक ट्रायंगल छोटा है एक ट्रायंगल बड़ा है, लेकिन उन दो ट्रायंगल्स के तीनों एंगल्स रिस्पेक्टिवली इक्वल है, x इक्वल टू x, y इक्वल टू y एंड z इक्वल टू z। भले ये एंगल, ये ट्रायंगल की साइड्स a b c है, ये ट्रायंगल की साइड्स d e f है, still these two triangles are said to be similar triangles because the ratio of the sides a by d is equal to ratio of the sides b by e is equal to ratio of the sides c by f. That's why these two triangles are always said to be similar triangles. ये आइडेंटिफाई करने की भी कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज है, जैसे मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया that if all the three angles of a triangle of two triangles are equal, then remaining three sides must be in a ratio. Or side angle side, if any two sides of the triangle are in a ratio and the angle between those two sides, जैसे any two sides of two triangles are in a ratio and angle between those two sides is congruent, then those two triangles are similar to each other. Similarly, if all the three sides of a triangle bear common ratio with the respective three sides of another triangle. I repeat myself. If all the three sides of triangle 1 bear common ratio with respective three sides of a triangle 2, then those two triangles are said to be similar. Correct? Those two triangles are said to be similar. फिर जैसे ही दो ट्रायंगल सिमिलर हो जाते हैं, उनकी कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज आती है जो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होती है. जिस प्रकार रेशियो ऑफ देयर the areas of similar triangles. जैसे I am saying that triangle 1 and triangle 2 are similar. Then area of triangle 1 upon area of triangle 2. The ratio of areas of two similar triangles is equal to the ratio of their corresponding medians, ratio of the squares of their corresponding medians, ratio of the squares of corresponding medians. मतलब देखो, ट्रायंगल ए बी सी, ट्रायंगल डी ई एफ, आपको दिखने में ही दिख रहा है कि ए बी सी डी ई एफ से थोड़ा बड़ा है, लेकिन तीनों साइड्स का ए बी अपॉन डी ई इक्वल टू बी सी अपॉन ई एफ इक्वल टू ए सी अपॉन डी एफ हो रहा है. तो ये अगर मैं मीडियन निकालता हूँ, तो एरिया ऑफ ट्रायंगल ए बी सी, दिस इज पी, दिस इज क्यू. ABC is equal to area of triangle, ratio of the areas of two triangles is equal to A P square divided by B D Q square. Similarly, this property is applicable for all the three medians of both the triangles. Then ratio of areas of two similar triangles is also equal to ratio of squares of their corresponding altitudes. Squares of corresponding altitudes. If now in this case assume that these two are altitudes, then in this case also the same formula is applicable, and this ratio of areas of two triangles is also equal to the squares of their angle bisectors. So if these two are in this case angle bisectors of the respective angles, then also these properties applicable. So area of two triangles, area of two similar triangles are in the ratio of squares of their medians, squares of their altitude, and squares of their angle bisectors. Correct? Similarly, ratio of the median is also equal to, in the similar triangles, ratio of the medians is equal to the ratio of the altitudes. Altitude 1 upon altitude 2 is equal to the ratio of internal bisectors, ratio of angle bisectors 1 upon angle bisector of triangle 2 is equal to the ratio of corresponding sides, is also equal to the ratio of corresponding sides. जैसे AB upon DE equal to median 1 upon median 2 equal to AP upon DQ equal to angle bisector 1 upon angle bisector 2 equal to altitude 1 upon altitude. इनके अलावा बेसिक प्रोपोर्शनलिटी थ्योरम एक होता है, बेसिक प्रोपोर्शनलिटी थ्योरम, जो बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. जैसे if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, let us say this is a triangle, I can draw a line parallel to this side, let us say this is triangle ABC, I can draw infinite number of lines parallel to line BC, but I am drawing a line which is parallel to side DC, which is BC, which is line DE, and so BC parallel to DE, and it is also intersecting the sides of a triangle ABC. It is intersecting side AB at point D and AC at point E. So in this case, if we draw a line parallel to third side, then the two sides, then the AD upon BD is equals to AE upon CE. Very cheese. AD upon BD equals to AE upon CE. दूसरी चीज AD upon AB is equals to AE upon AC. दूसरी चीज, the sides are, ratio of the sides are equal. करेक्ट. तीसरा, AD upon DE is equals to AB upon BC. AB upon. These three are very, very important formulas to solve your questions in the higher level exams. Okay, so do remember these formulas so that you will be able to increase your accuracy and speed. Now, since we have learned the Pythagoras theorem, we need to learn the how to generate the triplets of a right angle triangle. Correct? How to generate the triplets of a right angle triangle. What is a triplet? जैसे आपको पता है that a square plus b square is always equal to c square. A square plus b square is always equal to c square. There are few sides जैसे 3 square plus 4 square is always equal to 5 square. अभी आप इसको कुछ भी वैल्यू से मल्टीप्लाई करो, जैसे 3, 4 and 5 will always form a Pythagorean triplet. इसको आप 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करो, 6, 8 and 10 will form another Pythagorean triplet. इसको आप 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करो, 9, 12 and 15 will form another Pythagorean triplet. इसको आप ये ट्रिपलेट को, बेसिक ट्रिपलेट को आप कोई भी वैल्यू से मल्टीप्लाई करो, will always get a Pythagorean triplet. Correct? So if the square of the smallest side, जैसे in this case, if the square of the smallest side is odd, square of the smallest side which is odd, जैसे odd side, smallest side अगर आपकी odd side रहेगी, then आपके Pythagorean triplet कुछ इस प्रकार बनेंगे. आपके Pythagorean triplet कुछ इस प्रकार बनेंगे. A square or 3 square is equals to a plus 1. 3 square is equals to a plus 1. जैसे 3 square is equals to 2 sides बनेगी आपकी a plus 1. कोई भी छोटी साइड जो रहेगी, सबसे छोटी साइड जो अगर ऑड रही आपकी, तो साइड स्क्वायर, ऑड साइड अगर सबसे छोटी साइड आपकी ऑड रही, तो ऑड स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू साइड 1 अनदर साइड 2, मतलब साइड जो बड़ी साइड है उसका स्क्वायर प्लस हाइपोटेन्यूज का स्क्वायर, सॉरी उसका वो प्लस हाइपोटेन्यूज इज इक्वल्स टू दैट साइड प्लस हाइपोटेन्यूज. ये बेसिक पाइथागोरन ट्रिपलेट आपका बनेगा. ओके, जैसे आपने अगर देखा कि 3 स्क्वायर कितना होता है 9, which is equals to 4 plus 5, which is equals to 4 plus 5, and these two sides must be one less or more than each other, one less or more than each other. करेक्ट. जैसे आपको अगर 5 छोटी साइड लेके उसका पाइथागोरन ट्रिपलेट निकालना है, तो 5 स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू 25. 25 के मिड पॉइंट क्या आता है 12 and 13. So 12 and 13 are the two other sides of that Pythagorean triplet. आपको अगर 7 के साथ लेना है तो 7 स्क्वायर क्या होता है 49. इसके दो वैल्यूज ऐसे कौन से आएंगे which will add up to 49, 24 plus 25. So 24 and 25, this is another Pythagorean triplet. 9 के साथ आता है 81. So 40 and 41, this is another Pythagorean triplet. करेक्ट. उसी तरीके से एक इवन साइड अगर रही आपकी, तो ये इसका स्क्रीनशॉट निकालना है. ठीक है, पॉज द टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट. आई एम गोइंग टू इरेज दिस वन. Okay guys, so we have gone through the Pythagorean, we have seen how to generate a Pythagorean triplet if the smallest number is odd number. Now if the smallest number is even digit, then how to generate a Pythagorean triplet? So here what you have to do is, let us assume I have to generate a Pythagorean triplet for number 6, which is the smallest number. So going back to the previous method, what you can do is find out the odd number related to this. So I am dividing this 6 by 2 to get 3. I am dividing this 6 by 2 to get 3 and applying the same method again, that 3 square is equals to 9. I am dividing this 9 into such numbers that which will add up to 9, which are the closest numbers. So they are obviously 4 and 5. So I will get 3 square plus 4 square is equals to 5 square. But is this the Pythagorean triplet I am looking for? No, I am looking for a triplet which is starting with the number 6. So the triplet in this case is 3, 4, 5. But I need 6. So how had I got 3 from 6? I divided this 6 by 2. So I'll multiply this 3 by 2 to get 6. Similarly, I will multiply this 4 and 5 by 2 to get the original triplet. 6, 8 and 10, right? Now, this was a method to find the Pythagorean triplet of few even numbers after dividing those even numbers, where you will get an odd number. But now, if I say find the Pythagorean triplet for a number starting with 4, तो अभी अगर आप इसको 2 से डिवाइड करोगे तो you will not get an odd number, right? So ऐसे जगह पे क्या करना है, let us assume this is an n. So इसके 3 नंबर्स आपको इस तरीके से मिलेंगे, एक तो n by 2 whole square minus 1 and n by 2 whole square plus 1. जैसे n is equals to 4, 4 by 2 is 2 square 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay, n by 2 whole square minus 1, 4 by 2 2 square minus 1. नहीं, ये नहीं, इसके नहीं लगेगा, sorry, my bad. If I take n equals to 8, if I take n equals to 8, so n by 2 whole square minus 1 is n equals to 8. n by 2 is 8 by 2 4 square minus 1. So 16 minus 1 would be 15 and 16 plus 1 would be 17. Now, if I take n equals to, all the values of n will be here. n equals to 12, I will get the first value as 12, smallest value. Then next value will be 12 by 2, 6 square. 36 minus 1 would be 35 and 36 plus 1 would be 37. Then the next value is, if I take 16, because if I take 14, I will obviously get the answer. But I'm just trying to take 16. 16 divided by 2, पहला number आएगा 16, then 8 square. 64 minus 1 would be 63 and next number would be 65. Correct? आप इसको solve करने का दूसरा एक तरीका भी ध्यान में रख सकते हो, that n, then here it will be n by 4 multiplied by n. Correct? n by 4 multiplied by n minus 1 and n by 4 multiplied by n plus 1. It is one and the same thing. n square divided by 4 ही आने वाला है, ये n square divided by 4 ही आने वाला है. Correct? One and the same thing. Okay. So this is how we generate a Pythagorean triplet for odd and even numbers. Then there are some basic properties of right angle triangle, that is 45 45 90 and 30 60 90 degree triangle. जैसे 45 45 90 degree triangle, आपको नाम से ही ध्यान में आ रहा होगा that there are two angles. One angle of a triangle is 90 degree because it is a right angle triangle, and other two angles are 45 degree triangle, 45 degree angles. Other two angles are 45 degree angles. So if I name this triangle as triangle ABC, where I know that AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square, but I know that AB is equals to BC. Therefore, it is AB square plus AB square, which is equals to 2AB square. Here, AB is equals to BC because this is an isosceles right angle triangle. So AB square plus AB square equals to this. And if I take a square root on both the sides, I will get hypotenuse equals to root 2 of root 2 times the side. Hypotenuse equals to root 2 times the side. Correct? It is applicable for any side. It is applicable for any side. Root 2 times of BC. Similarly, if I draw another triangle, which is 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. So obviously this is a smaller triangle. This is 90 degree and this is a 60 degree. So here, if the triangle is PQR, if the triangle is PQR, we should know that side opposite to 30 degree, that is PQ, is equals to half of the hypotenuse, and side opposite to 60 degree, that is QR, is equals to root 3 by 2 times the hypotenuse. PQ is equals to half of the hypotenuse and PR is equals to root 3 by 2 times the hypotenuse. Right? Therefore, अगर मैं इसके sides का ratio लेने जाऊँ, P is to PQ is to QR is to PR, PQ is to QR is to PR is equals to 1 to root 3 to 2. ये बहुत important ratio है guys, ये ध्यान में रखना हमेशा हमेशा के लिए. Okay, because this is what going to help you a lot in solving the questions of triangle related to trigonometry and all. Now, there are some basic properties of triangles which you should know. जैसे sum of all the interior angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degree. उसी प्रकार sum of all the exterior angles of a triangle is equals to 360 degree. But first of all, you need to understand what is an extended angle. If I draw the sides extended outside the triangle, if I draw these two sides extended outside the triangle, I will get a pair of extended angles which is equals to x, x. Here I'll name them y, y, and here I'll name them z, z. Please remember these angles vertically opposite to the interior angles are not the exterior angles. Angles vertically opposite the interior angles are not the exterior angles. Exterior angle will always have one side of the triangle as an arc. Will always have one side of the triangle as an arc, correct? One side of triangle as an arc. So exterior sum of all the exterior angles of a triangle is sum of all the exterior angles of a triangle is 360 degrees. Okay, ये एक basic property है, हमेशा ध्यान में रखना. Then one of the exterior angle, जैसे अगर मैं इसको नाम दूं points A, B, C, then A, B, C, D. So any exterior angle, let us say angle A, B, D, is equals to sum of opposite interior angles. जैसे angle BAC plus angle BCA. Any exterior angle is always equal to sum of opposite interior angles. क्यों? समझो ना, सीधी बात है. अगर ये एंगल मैं लेता हूँ, डिग्री वाला छोटा, तो this plus x is 180 degree, and this plus these two angles is also equal to 180 degree. That means x is also equal to these two angles. Simple. Correct? X is also equal to the sum of opposite interior angles. Pythagoras theorem हमने already देख लिया है, right? Now बच जाता है midpoint theorem and angle bisector theorem. These two are very important theorems for the triangle, guys. Okay, इसके ऊपर बहुत बार questions आ सकते हैं आपको कोई भी aptitude based exam में, because these are very common theorems, very basic theorems, पर बहुत लोगों को पता नहीं होता है just because of the fear factor related to their geometry. So if I draw, if I draw a triangle, any triangle ABC, this is applicable for any type of a triangle: scalene triangle, isosceles triangle, equilateral triangle, and acute, obtuse, and right triangle. So if I draw a triangle ABC, taking midpoints of sides AB and AC, and if I try to join them, if I say point D is a midpoint of side AB and point E is the midpoint of side AC, I try to join points B, D, and E. Then line joining the midpoints of the sides of a triangle must be parallel to the third side. Line joining midpoints of two sides of a triangle, must be parallel to the third side. And line joining midpoints of two parallel sides of a triangle is half of the third side. Line joining midpoints of two sides of a triangle is always half of the third side. This is applicable for any two sides. जैसे यहाँ पे अगर मैं अभी ये midpoint आपको join करके दिखाऊँ, this is EF. So in this case, it is EF. In this case, EF is parallel to AB. Also, EF is half of AB. Similarly, DF is parallel to AC. Also, DF is half of AC. DF is half of AC. Okay, and we have already gone through the angle bisector theorem. I just revise it for you again, once again, that if I draw a triangle and if I draw an angle bisector for any angle, let us say angle B, a triangle ABC का angle bisector of angle AB, angle bisector of angle ABC in triangle ABC is BD. So here the vertex from which angle bisector is drawn, उसके दो sides BA and BC is equals to the ratio is equal to the ratio in which the opposite side is divided, that is AD and AC. Okay, So these are some very basic properties of triangle which you are expected to know before attending any high level aptitude based session for the preparation of your aptitude based exam.
I am Aniket from Tarkashastra Academy. In this video, we are going to look at the basics of geometry and specifically circles. ठीक है ना, circles के सारे basics देख लेंगे. These sessions are necessary before, I mean, you have to go through these sessions before you start your preparation for any aptitude exam. So circles and parts of circles क्या है? एक तो center of the circle रहता है, एक तो रहता है हमारा center of the circle. This is the center of the circle. Then radius of the circle. This is the radius, generally denoted by small r. Then you have a diameter. So this is your diameter, which is twice the radius. Diameter is twice the radius. ठीक है? Then you have chord. Any line joining 2 points on the circle is a chord. So diameter is also a chord. Diameter is the longest chord. Then secant. This is a secant. Tangent. A line touching the circle only at one point is the tangent. Let us say this PA. PA is a tangent. And then segment. This is your segment. Okay, this is your segment. So you need to understand all these things. ठीक है, बेसिक अपने सेगमेंट्स क्या है ये सब अपने को पता रहना चाहिए, है ना. अभी एंड द आर्क. This is the arc of the circle. This is the arc of the circle. Next, properties of circle. Perpendicular from the center bisects the chord and vice versa. ठीक है. A perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle to the chord, it bisects the chord. है ना, मतलब O, this is A, this is B. अगर मैं OD ये perpendicular डालता हूँ तो वो बाइसेक्ट कर देगा, है ना. इसके प्रूफ में वगैरह नहीं जा रहे, सिमिलरिटी ऑफ ट्रायंगल से इसको प्रूव कर देंगे. बट देन फॉर एनी एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट you have to understand on how to apply the theorem or how to apply a property rather than proving that property, है ना. 10th standard 12th standard तक हम करते थे कि prove this theorem. अभी prove this theorem का काम नहीं है, ठीक है ना. अभी सीधी प्रॉपर्टी कैसे हम अप्लाई कर सकते हो, ठीक है ना. एंड वाइस वर्सा मतलब a line joining center of the chord and center of the circle is perpendicular to the chord. A line joining center of the chord and center of the circle is perpendicular to the chord. ठीक है. Angle made by same chord, same segments or arc on circumference are always equal, है ना. ये arc है, ये arc है. Let us say AB. तो इसका जो एंगल रहेगा लेट अस से अल्फा, ये वाला जो एंगल रहेगा लेट अस से अल्फा, ये वाला जो एंगल रहेगा वो भी क्या रहेगा, अल्फा, है ना. ये हमेशा इक्वली रहेगा, ठीक है ना. एक आर्क से तुम कैसे भी एंगल्स बनाते हो वो इक्वली रहेगा, एक आर्क से या एक सेगमेंट से या फिर एक कॉर्ड से, कॉर्ड AB से, ठीक है ना. कुछ भी हो जाए हमारा एंगल सेम ही रहेगा. एंगल एट द सेंटर, angle at the center is twice the angle at any of the circumference. ठीक है. तो ये एक आर्क है जिसका सेंटर पे एंगल किसी भी सर्कमफरेंस के एंगल से डबल रहेगा. फॉर एग्जांपल AB is an arc जिसका एंगल एट द सेंटर विल बी ट्वाइस अल्फा एंड दिस विल बी जस्ट अल्फा, ठीक है ना. एंगल एट द सेंटर विल ऑलवेज बी डबल देन द एंगल made by any arc on the other part of the circle, ठीक है ना. ये हम किससे प्रूव कर सकते हैं, वेरी इजीली वी कैन प्रूव इट यूजिंग एक्सटर्नल एंगल थ्योरम, ठीक है ना. वी आर नॉट गेटिंग इनटू प्रूफ्स. अभी देयर आर टू chords AB and CD and then they meet externally and or internally, something like this. So A, B, C, D, and then you have P over here. Then this is true. PA into PB, PA into PB is equal to PC into PD. It is equal to PC into PD. Or else, if they intersect internally, still it holds true. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, and this is their point of intersection P. Then PA into PB is equal to PC into PD. It holds true here as. ठीक है. Angle in semicircle is 180 degrees. Simple सा है. अभी semicircle मतलब ये वाला एंगल रहेगा. यहाँ पे एंगल कितना रहेगा 180 डिग्रीज का. तो semicircle जो है ये 90 डिग्रीज का ये एंगल बनाएगा. ठीक है ना. क्यों? क्योंकि एंगल एट द सेंटर ऑफ द सर्कल इज ट्वाइस द एंगल मेड ऑन एनी अदर पार्ट ऑफ द सर्कमफरेंस. तो अगर ये 180 है तो ये 90 होना जरूरी है. कहीं से भी ले लो, ये 90 होना जरूरी है. साइक्लिक क्वाड्रिलेटरल, अ क्वाड्रिलेटरल इनसाइड अ सर्कल, क्वाड्रिलेटरल inscribed in a circle is a cyclic quadrilateral. ठीक है. Opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Alpha plus beta is equal to 180 degrees. है ना. C and D, opposite angle C and D is equal to 180 degrees. Opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Then two tangents from same point are equal. एक सर्कल है आपका, यहां से आपने एक टेंजेंट बनाया PT, ये PT, और ये दूसरा टेंजेंट बनाया PQ. तो PT विल बी इक्वल टू PQ, है ना. एक एक्सटर्नल पॉइंट से अगर हम दो टेंजेंट्स बना रहे हैं तो वो दोनों टेंजेंट्स की लेंथ इक्वल रहेगी. रेडियस इज परपेंडिकुलर टू द टेंजेंट, है ना, एट द पॉइंट ऑफ कॉन्टैक्ट. एट पॉइंट ऑफ कॉन्टैक्ट, पॉइंट ऑफ कॉन्टैक्ट पे रेडियस जो है इट विल बी परपेंडिकुलर टू द टेंजेंट, है ना. तो रेडियस इज परपेंडिकुलर at the point of contact. Then alternate angle theorem, ये वाला थिंग है ना. alternate angle theorem बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है और अच्छा है. ठीक है. alternate angle theorem, this angle, ये वाला जो एंगल है अल्फा एंड ये वाला एंगल जो है अल्फा, ये दोनों इक्वल रहेंगे, है ना. दिस इज द सेंटर ऑफ द सर्कल. लेट अस से दिस इज P, this is T, this is A, this is B. Angle PTA is equal to angle ABT, है ना. ये हमेशा इक्वल रहेगी ही रहेगी, ध्यान में रखो. ठीक है. बहुत इजी प्रूफ है इसका. चलो ठीक है, इसका प्रूफ बता देता हूँ. ये कितना रहेगा, दिस विल बी 90 माइनस अल्फा. सिमिलरली ये कितना रहेगा, दिस विल बी, क्योंकि ये दोनों रेडियस है तो आइसोसेलेस ट्रायंगल बनेगा. तो दिस इज आल्सो 90 माइनस अल्फा. अभी ये वाला एंगल है x, सो 90 माइनस अल्फा प्लस 90 माइनस अल्फा प्लस x इज इक्वल टू 180 डिग्रीज. प्लस x इज इक्वल टू 180 डिग्रीज. तो ये 90 90 और 180 कैंसिल हो गया. सो x इज हाउ मच, ट्वाइस ऑफ अल्फा ना. सो x इज ट्वाइस ऑफ अल्फा. एंड फिर अगर ये ट्वाइस ऑफ अल्फा है, the angle made by any arc at the center of the circle is twice the angle made by it on remaining part of the circle. तो ये अगर twice alpha है तो ये alpha रहे. ठीक है ना. तो PTA is equal to ABT, है ना. प्रूफ नहीं समझा तो भी चलेगा. ये प्रूफ कुछ भी करने को आने नहीं वाला है, अपने को अप्लाई करते हैं. देन टेंजेंट सीकेंट थ्योरम. टेंजेंट सीकेंट थ्योरम, ये एक ऐसा टेंजेंट है मान के चलो PT, एंड ये एक ऐसा सीकेंट है PAB. तो PT स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू PA स्क्वायर, PA इंटू PB. PT square is equal to PA into PB. Then you have length of direct common tangent and transverse common tangent. तो ये कैसे सपोज करो, दो सर्कल्स है जिनका एक डायरेक्ट कॉमन टेंजेंट, इसका रेडियस कैपिटल R, इसका रेडियस स्मॉल r है. लेट अस से लेंथ ऑफ डायरेक्ट कॉमन टेंजेंट इज L and distance between the circles is, distance between the centers is D, है ना. So length of direct common tangent is L. D is what? Distance between the centers. Distance between centers. And R are your radius. So length of direct common tangent is under root of D square minus कैपिटल R माइनस स्मॉल r का स्क्वायर. कैपिटल R माइनस स्मॉल r का स्क्वायर. लेंथ ऑफ कॉमन ट्रांसवर्स कॉमन टेंजेंट, है ना, ये वाला ध्यान में रखना है आपने. दिस इज द लेंथ ऑफ द डायरेक्ट कॉमन टेंजेंट. सिंपल पाइथागोरस थ्योरम से निकाला है. अभी ट्रांसवर्स कॉमन टेंजेंट कैसा रहता है, ये रेडियस जिस सर्कल है जिसका रेडियस है कैपिटल आर, और एक दूसरा सर्कल है जिसका रेडियस है स्मॉल आर, एंड दिस इज एल, दिस इज योर transverse common type, and this is your D in this case, which is D is again distance between the centers, capital R and small r are the radius, and L is the length of transverse common type. So L is equal to under root of D square minus capital R plus small r का square. ठीक है, D square minus capital R plus small r का square. ठीक है ना, this is the length of transverse common tangent. Now some important points. Some important. तो अभी if two chords of circle are equal, then their corresponding arcs have equal measure. है ना, तो ये दो chords है equal है, तो AB is equal to CD. CD. तो अगर length of AB is equal to length of CD, then arc AB is equal to arc CD. ये रहेगा, ठीक है। Perpendicular to the chord bisects the chord, ये तो हमने देख लिया। A perpendicular to the chord bisects the chord. A perpendicular to the chord bisects the chord, है ना। Then next, equal chords of circle are equidistant from the center. Equal chords are equal. So let us say AB and CD are two equal chords. So if length of AB is equal to length of CD, then जो distance from the center of the circle है, O, let us say OF and OG, ये भी equal रहेगा. OF will be equal to OG. Because AB and CD are equal chords, then they are equidistant from the center as well. ठीक है. Next हमारा क्या है? When two circles touch, their centers and their point of contact are collinear. कोई भी दो सर्कल अगर टच करते हैं तो उसके जो सेंटर्स है एंड उसका जो पॉइंट ऑफ कांटेक्ट है ये कोलिनियर है. तो लेट अस से ए बी एंड दिस इज ओ. तो ए ओ बी दे आर कोलिनियर. ठीक है. अभी if two circles touch externally, then distance between the center is equal to sum of their radius. Distance between the center is equal to sum of their radius. But if two circles touch internally, so this is small r and this is capital R, and A, B and O. Here also A, B and O, they are collinear. AO is the radius of the larger circle, which is capital R. BO is the radius of the smaller circle, which is smaller. So AO and BO, इनका जो distance between the center रहेगा. D is what? Distance between center. यहाँ पे D, which is again distance between center. It is nothing but difference of the two radius. It is nothing but the difference of the two radius. है ना? So these are the basics of circles which you need to remember, which you need to understand. Only then you will be able to grasp, have a good grasp on the topic of circles or in geometry. Okay. For any other queries, you can connect with us. The numbers will be provided in the description of the video. In this basic session, we are going to look at the properties of quadrilaterals and polygon. है ना? Quadrilaterals and polygon, ये आपको इस सेशन में अपन कवर करेंगे. All the basic things related to quadrilateral and polygons will be covered here. ठीक है ना? Quadrilaterals क्या है? Any four-sided closed figure. Four-sided closed
फिगर। ठीक है, अभी फोर साइडेड क्लोज फिगर ये एक ऐसा हो सकता है ना, या फिर फोर साइडेड क्लोज फिगर को तुम ऐसा भी बोल सकते हो। ठीक है ना, सो दिस इज अ कॉन्वेक्स quadrilateral, this is a concave quadrilateral. ठीक है, sum of the internal angles of a quadrilateral, let us say A, B, C, D, या फिर A, B, C, D. Sum of internal angles A plus B plus C plus D, it's 360 degrees. Sum of internal angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. ठीक है ना, अभी ऐसे हम हर एक पॉलीगॉन का निकालेंगे। ठीक है, सो दीज आर योर क्वाड्रिलेटरल्स जिसके 4 साइड्स रहते हैं एंड 4 वर्टाइसेस रहते हैं। ठीक है, एंड सम ऑफ द इंटरनल एंगल्स ऑफ क्वाड्रिलेटरल इज 360 डिग्रीज। ठीक है, अभी क्वाड्रिलेटरल के टाइप्स देखेंगे हम। पैरेललोग्राम, पैरेललोग्राम थोड़ा सा प्यार से निकालता हूं। ठीक है, ठीक है, तो ए बी सी डी, हियर अपोजिट साइड्स आर पैरेलल, opposite sides are parallel, opposite sides are equal as opposite sides are equal as well. ठीक है ना, तो opposite sides parallel भी है, opposite sides equal भी है, AD equal to BC. ठीक है, then diagonals are bisectors of each other, diagonals are bisectors of each other. Let us say this is P, तो AP is equal to PC and DP is equal to PB, है ना, diagonals are bisectors of each other. ठीक है, diagonals are bisectors of each other. ठीक है, next is rhombus. Rhombus is a better version of parallelogram, hence follows all the properties of parallelogram. मतलब क्या कि opposite sides equal, opposite sides parallel and diagonals are bisectors of each other. अभी इसमें एक्स्ट्रा प्रॉपर्टीज क्या है कि ऑल साइड्स आर इक्वल, है ना, नॉट ओनली अपोजिट साइड्स बट ऑल साइड्स आर इक्वल. सो AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to DA. All sides are equal. Diagonals are bisectors of each other, वो तो ठीक ही है, but diagonals are perpendicular bisectors of each other, है ना. Diagonals are perpendicular, diagonals are perpendicular bisectors of each other. ठीक है ना, so AC is perpendicular to BD. ठीक है, then we come to rectangle. Rectangle ABCD फिर से ले लेते, तो rectangle में again it is a better version of parallelogram, hence it follows all the properties, hence it follows all properties of parallelogram. ठीक है, अभी इसकी एक्स्ट्रा प्रॉपर्टीज क्या है, ऑल एंगल्स आर 90 डिग्रीज, है ना, ऑल एंगल्स आर 90 डिग्रीज. अभी पैरेललोग्राम की सारी प्रॉपर्टीज फॉलो करता है, मतलब अपोजिट साइड्स पैरेलल, अपोजिट साइड्स इक्वल, डायगोनल्स आर बाइसेक्टर्स ऑफ ईच अदर. ठीक है ना, एक्स्ट्रा प्रॉपर्टी क्या है इसकी, ऑल एंगल्स आर 90 डिग्री. Then what we have a square A B C D. It is a better version of parallelogram than rhombus, then also rectangle. Hence, it follows all their properties. जैसे opposite sides are parallel, opposite sides are equal. ठीक है? Diagonals are bisectors of each other. Diagonals are bisectors of each other. ठीक है? ये parallelograms की properties. अभी all sides are equal. Rhombus की properties, all sides are equal. All sides are equal. ठीक है? And rhombus की और property, diagonals are perpendicular bisectors of each other. Then it also should follow rectangle की properties that all the angles are 90 degrees. All the angles are 90 degrees. ठीक है? Then you have a trapezium. Trapezium या फिर trapezoid भी बोलते हैं इसको. ऐसा कुछ तो दिखता है जिसमें A, B, C, D. AB is parallel to CD. ठीक है? दो sides parallel रहते हैं. And AD and BC they are known as oblique sides, जो कि parallel नहीं रहते हैं. They are known as oblique sides. ठीक है? अभी अगर मैं ट्रेपेजियम को ऐसे कनेक्ट कर दूं, ऐसे कनेक्ट कर दूं, एंड ये तीन एरियाज A1, A2, A3 ऐसा बोलूं, तो A1, A2, A3 these three areas will be in geometric progression. ठीक है? And this A1, A4 and A3, A1, A4 and A3, this area will also be in geometric progression. ठीक है ना? ये है ट्रेपेजियम. अभी इनके एरियाज वगैरह भी निकालते हैं, वो मेंसुरेशन के चैप्टर में देखेंगे. ठीक है ना? बट देन ये हमारा ट्रेपेजियम ऐसे होता है. देन यू हैव काइट. काइट में हमारा मतलब काइट इज अ काइंड ऑफ अ रोम्बस, बट काइट इज अ काइंड ऑफ अ रोम्बस, बट वो सारी प्रॉपर्टीज रोम्बस जैसे, जिसमें एडजेसेंट साइड्स आर इक्वल, जिसमें एडजेसेंट साइड्स आर इक्वल, है ना? टू ऑफ द एडजेसेंट साइड्स आर इक्वल. ठीक है? इफ टू ऑफ द एडजेसेंट साइड्स आर इक्वल, तो diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Diagonals are perpendicular. One of the diagonal is bisector of the other. One of the diagonal is bisector of other. है ना? और क्या है? Two adjacent sides are equal. ठीक है ना? One of the diagonals is bisector of the other, मतलब ये वाला and ये वाला equal रहेगा, जबकि ये और ये equal नहीं रहेगा. So one of this diagonal, let us say A, B, C, D. AC is parallel. AC is perpendicular to BD, and AC is also bisecting BD, but BD is not bisecting AC. ये चीज समझो. This is the property of kite. ठीक है? अभी पॉलीगॉन. पॉलीगॉन क्या है? जैसे थ्री साइडेड फिगर को हम ट्रायंगल कहते हैं, है ना? फोर साइडेड फिगर को हम क्वाड्रिलेटरल कहते हैं. फाइव साइडेड फिगर को हम पेंटागन कहते हैं, है ना? सिक्स साइडेड फिगर को हम हेक्सागन कहते हैं. ठीक है ना? 10 साइडेड फिगर को हम डेकागन कहते हैं, एंड सो ऑन. तो वैसे n साइडेड फिगर को हम पॉलीगॉन कहते हैं, है ना? n साइडेड मतलब ऐसा फिगर जिसको n साइड्स है, उसको हम पॉलीगॉन कहते हैं. ठीक है? सम ऑफ एक्सटीरियर एंगल of a polygon, sum of exterior angle of any polygon इज इक्वल टू 360 डिग्रीज। ठीक है, देख लो कोई भी पॉलीगॉन ले लो। ठीक है, ये सम ऑफ एक्सटीरियर एंगल, एंगल 1, एंगल 2, ये एंगल 3, ये एंगल 4, ये एंगल 5, ये एंगल 6। सम ऑफ एक्सटीरियर एंगल ऑफ एनी पॉलीगॉन इज 360 डिग्रीज। ठीक है ना। अगर आप अज्यूम करोगे तो ट्रायंगल को अज्यूम करोगे तो लेट अस से दीज आर द इंटरनल एंगल्स, है ना, दीज आर द इंटरनल एंगल्स। अभी ये वाला एंगल कितना रहेगा, a प्लस बी। ये वाला एंगल कितना है ना, सम ऑफ एक्सटीरियर एंगल ऑफ एक्सटीरियर एंगल ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल इज सम ऑफ टू ऑपोजिट इंटीरियर एंगल्स। तो ये वाला क्या रहेगा, b प्लस सी। ये वाला क्या रहेगा, a प्लस सी। अभी सम ऑफ एक्सटीरियर एंगल्स कितना हो जाएगा, 2a प्लस 2b प्लस 2c, which is a plus b plus c is how much, a plus b plus c is, a plus b plus c is how much, it is 180 degrees. So 2a plus 2b plus 2c will be 360 degrees. तो कोई भी एक्सटीरियर, कोई भी एक पॉलीगॉन ले लो, उसके एक्सटीरियर एंगल का सम हमेशा 360 डिग्रीज रहेगा। ठीक है, अभी रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन क्या रहता है वो बताता हूँ। रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन मतलब जिसके ऑल साइड्स एंड ऑल इंटरनल एंगल्स आर इक्वल। ऑल साइड्स एंड ऑल इंटरनल एंगल्स आर इक्वल। ठीक है, ऑल साइड्स एंड ऑल इंटरनल एंगल्स आर इक्वल, ऐसा हमारा रहता है रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन। अभी रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन जैसे इक्विलैटरल ट्रायंगल इज ए रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन जिसके सारे साइड्स एंड सारे एंगल इक्वल रहते हैं। फिर स्क्वायर इज अ रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन जिसके सारे साइड्स एंड सारे एंगल्स इक्वल रहते हैं। ऐसे कोई भी 6 साइडेड फिगर ले लो जिसका जिसके सारे साइड्स, मतलब एक हेक्सागन ले लो जिसके सारे साइड्स एंड सारे इंटरनल एंगल्स इक्वल करोगे तो रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन बन जाएगा। अभी एंगल, इंटीरियर एंगल ऑफ अ पॉलीगॉन या फिर इंटीरियर एंगल ऑफ अ रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन या फिर ईच एक्सटीरियर एंगल ऑफ अ रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन इज इक्वल टू 360 डिग्रीज डिवाइडेड बाय एन, है ना। अगर ये रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन है, सम इसका अगर सम इसका 360 डिग्रीज है तो ये 360 डिग्रीज डिवाइडेड बाय 6 रहना चाहिए ना। क्यों 6? क्योंकि यहाँ पे 6 साइड्स है या फिर 6 वर्टाइसेस है। n is what, number of sides और vertices। ठीक है, this is 360 by 6, this is 360 by 6 and so on। ठीक है, each exterior angle of a regular polygon is this। Then each interior angle of a regular, ये सारी चीजें रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन के लिए हो रही है। रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन is 180 degrees minus 360 degrees divided by n। सिंपल है ना। अगर ये 360 by n है ना, रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन का ये अगर 360 by n है तो ये 180 माइनस 360 डिग्रीज by n है ना। सिंपल एकदम। सम ऑफ इंटीरियर एंगल्स ऑफ अ पॉलीगॉन is equal to n minus 2 into 180 डिग्रीज, है ना। तो एक ट्रायंगल का कितना रहता है, ट्रायंगल में 3 minus 2 into 180 डिग्रीज, तो सम ऑफ इंटीरियर एंगल्स हमारे बराबर 180 आता है। क्वाड्रिलेटरल में इट विल बी 4 minus 2 into 180 डिग्रीज, तो सम ऑफ इंटरनल एंगल्स ऑफ अ क्वाड्रिलेटरल बराबर हमारे 360 डिग्रीज आता है। ठीक है, एंड लास्ट चीज, नंबर ऑफ डायगोनल्स in a polygon, है ना, in a convex polygon, here convex polygon। ठीक है ना, कॉनकेव वाला नहीं बोल रहा, कॉन्वेक्स बोल। ठीक है, सो नंबर ऑफ डायगोनल्स आर n minus 3 into n होल थिंग डिवाइडेड बाय 2। होल थिंग यहाँ पे लिखता हूँ n into n minus 3 by 2. These are the number of diagonals in a convex polygon. ठीक है, और कोई डाउट है या फिर कुछ आपको लगता है मिस हो चुका है? So you can connect with us. If you want to join our academy, you can connect with any of the mobile numbers given in the description of the video. In this video, we are going to look at lines, angles, and triangles. This is the first session of geometry. Prerequisite for this session is that you should go to Tarkashastra basic sessions on our YouTube channel. And in that, you are supposed to watch basic session 9 and basic session 11 before you watch this video. It is mandatory to watch that video. Without that, you won't understand anything here. Other reason is for watching those videos is that we have compiled all the properties of lines and angles and triangles in these two videos so that nothing is messed up. You will get each and every property over there. Okay. So let us start with the session. Here we are not going to solve the understand the concepts or everything. So all the concepts are explained to you in those basic sessions. Now you are expected to go through that, and here we will be directly solving the questions. Find the value of x in the given figure below. So what would be the case here? Let us say from a point there are 5 angles A, B, C, D, E. Sum of the angles would be 360 degrees. Yes or no? A plus B plus C plus D plus E. Sum would be 360 degrees. Similarly, here also the sum would be 360 degrees. That is 110 plus 30 is 140. 140 plus 130 is 270. 270 plus 90 degrees is 360 degrees. If you observe, sum of the angles is 360 degrees across a point. Now there is the small correction here. This is 50 degrees. Find the measure of angle A and angle B in the given figure below. Now, given that PT, SU and RV are parallel, PT, SU and RV are parallel. So PT and SU are parallel. This is the transversal. This angle is given to us as 50. So obviously this angle will also be 50. And why? Because they are alternate angles, and alternate angles are equal. So this angle is 50 degrees. They are also asking us to find out angle B. So if this is 50 degrees, this has to be 130 degrees. Okay. And then many students will say that angle B is also 130 degrees, which is wrong. Okay. Nowhere they have mentioned that PQ is equal to RQ. If they mention that PQ is equal to RQ and distance between PU, with distance between these two parallel lines is equal, distance between these two parallel lines is equal, then we can say that these angle B will be 130 degrees. But it is not mentioned anywhere, hence your answer is cannot be determined. Okay, what I am saying, distance between these two parallel lines and these two parallel lines is equal, and this side PQ and RQ are equal, only then angle B will be 130 degrees. It is looking like that they are equal, but it is not mentioned anywhere. Hence, answer is cannot be determined. Next, an angle equals 2/3 of its supplement. Find it. Okay, so let us say there is an angle A. Its supplement would be 180 degrees minus A, and 180 minus A degrees. Okay, so angle is 2/3 of its supplement, that is 180 minus A. Okay, if I multiply it by 3, it will become 3A is equal to 2 into 180, that is 360 minus 2A. 2A if it goes here will become 5A is equal to 360, which will give me A is equal to 72 degrees. So A is equal to 72 degrees. I hope you understand that supplementary angles and complementary angles are what? Okay, so two angles are said to be supplementary when their sum is 180 degrees, and two angles are said to be complementary when their sum is 90 degrees. Okay, so an angle equals 2/3 of its complement. Find it. So let us say an angle is 80. Its complement will be how much? 90 minus a. So it would be angle is 2/3 of its complement, that is 90 minus a. If I multiply this 3 over here, 3a is equal to 2 into 90, 180 minus 2a. So 2a, if it goes here, will become 5a is equal to 180 degrees, which will give me a is equal to 180 by 5, that is 36 degrees. Simple. So angle here would be 36 degrees. Okay, moving forward. In the figure, M and N are parallel, and angle 8 is twice the angle 1. Angle 8 is twice the angle 1. Find the measure of angle 4. I know that angle 4 is equal to angle 8. Why? Because they are corresponding angles. Angle 4 and angle 8 are corresponding angles, and corresponding angles are equal. Now, angle 4 will be twice the angle 1. If angle 8 is twice the angle 1, angle 4 will also be twice the angle 1. Why? Because angle 8 and angle 4 are equal. Now, angle 4 plus angle 1 is equal to 180 degrees. Why? Because sum of the angles across a line is 180 degrees. Okay, sum of the angles across a line is 180 degrees, which means angle 4 is twice of angle 1. No, so twice of angle 1 plus angle 1 is equal to 180 degrees, which is, and thrice of angle 1 is equal to 180 degrees, which is angle 1 is equal to 60 degrees. What are they asking? Angle 4, which is twice of angle 1, which is 2 into 60 degrees, that is 120 degrees. Angle 4 is 120 degrees. Okay. Next, in the given figure, PQ is parallel to RS. Okay, PQ is parallel to RS. AB cuts them at A and B respectively. AB cuts them at A and B respectively. AD and BD are bisectors of the angle QAB and SBA. So these are angle bisectors. These are angle bisectors. Very good. Angle ABR is 140. Angle ABR is 140. Find the measure of ADB. If this is 140, this complete QAB will be 140. Why? Because these are alternate angles. And if this angle is 140, this angle will also be 140. Why? Because they are alternate angles. And AD is angle bisector. So this is 70. This is also 70. If this is 140, this angle has to be 40. This angle has to be 40. And then this is angle bisector. So this is 20. This is 20. Now what I have? Something like this. This angle is 70, I know. This angle is 20, I know. This is A, this is B, this is D. They are asking us to find out angle ADB, which is 90 degrees. Angle ADB, which is 90 degrees. Okay, find the measure of angle ADB, which is 90 degrees. Okay, this is 90 degrees. Next, in the figure given below, AB is parallel to CD. AB means nothing but AH. AB is nothing but AH, which is parallel to CD. Find the measure of angle EFH. They are asking us to find out the measure of angle EFH. Given that the angle BHF is 40 degrees, this is 40 degrees, okay, and angle BCI is 100, okay. If angle ABC is 80 degrees, this angle will also be 80 degrees. This complete angle will also be 80 degrees, which is angle ABC will be equal to angle BCD, which is 80 degrees. Why? Because these are alternate angles. These are alternate angles. AH and CD are perpendicular, are parallel, and BC is a transversal. And that is why it makes them alternate angles, and alternate angles are equal. Of which, if this is 30, this has to be 50. This has to be 50. Okay. Now, when you have two parallel lines, and these two angles, A and B, they will make 180 degrees. And their sum will be 180 degrees. Why? Because these two are internal angles, and internal angles always are supplementary. Okay, they always make a sum of 180 degrees. And this is true only when these two lines, let us say M and N. Okay, let us say M and N, they are parallel. Okay. Now, if you observe, this is 50 and this is 30, 130. Okay, so their sum is 180, right? Their sum is 180, which tells us that CD is parallel to EF, which tells us that CD is parallel to EF, correct? But if CD is parallel to EF, we already know that CD is parallel to AB or AH. So EF is also parallel to AH. EF is also parallel to AH. These two lines are also parallel. Now, when these two lines are parallel, these two are internal angles. These two are internal angles. Okay, now that these two are internal angles, this is 40 degrees. This has to be 140 degrees. Okay, this is 40 degrees. This has to be 140 degrees. Okay, 40 and 140, which makes angle F, HFE, as 140 degrees. And this is EFH is what they were asking, 140 degrees. Okay, so what we did, first we proved that AH is parallel to CD, which was provided. Then we proved that CD is parallel to EF, which gave us that EF is parallel to AB. From that, we proved that this is one, total is 180. Internal angles, they are supplementary, and that is why they are 180 degrees. So if angle H is 40, angle F will be 140 degrees. Okay. Moving forward to triangles. Now, in the triangle ABC, I is the incenter and angle A is 80 degrees. Find the angle BIC. We are solving 8th question. Here, let us try to understand one property. Let us say A, B, C are the triangle, is a triangle, and AD is an angle bisector. BE is also an angle bisector. CF is also an angle bisector. ABC, of which DEF are angle bisectors. Now that they are the angle bisectors, this point of intersection will be in center. This point of intersection will be in center. As this is in center, okay, as this is in center, we have to find the angle BIC, angle A is given to us as 80 degrees. Now, there is this property of in center, wherein angle BIC is 90 degrees plus half of angle A. We are not getting into the proof of the properties because it is not necessary. Your entrance exam is application based exam. You don't have to prove the theorems that we used to do till 10th standard. We used to prove the theorems. Now, proving the theorem is not important. Knowing the theorem and able to apply the theorem, these skills are checked in the exams. So angle BIC is equal to 90 degrees plus half of angle A. So angle BIC is 90 degrees plus half of angle A, which is 90 degrees plus half of angle A is 40 degrees, which is 130 degrees. So angle BIC is 130 degrees. Okay, this property can also be applied like this. Angle AIB will be 90 degrees plus half of angle C. Angle AIC will be 90 degrees plus half of angle B. You can apply this property like this as well. Okay, so this was your 8th question. Moving forward to 9th question. In the given figure, AD, BE, and CF are the medians, and G is the centroid. Okay, very good. So these are the medians. Medians divide the opposite side in the ratio. The medians bisect the opposite sides, and G is the centroid. If the area of triangle ABC is 18, find the area of BGF. There is one more property, median divides the triangle into two equal areas. Median divides the triangle into two equal areas. So this must be 9 and this must be 9. Means area of triangle ABD is 9. Area of triangle ACD is also 9, right? Because total is 18. Now consider this triangle ABD. we have to find out the area of triangle BGA. Try to understand that the centroid divides the median in the ratio 2:1. Centroid divides the median in the ratio 2:1. Now I'm rotating this triangle. It will become something like this. I am rotating this triangle. It will become something like this, where your D will come here, your A will come here, and your B will come here. Your G is here. Your G is here. Now this is X and this is 2X. Okay. So obviously the height of both the triangles is same. Height of both the triangles is same, right? But their basis is different. So their area will also, their bases are in the ratio 1:2. So their area will also be in the ratio 1:2. Yes or no? Their area will also be in the ratio 1:2. Now their total area is 9. So this has to be 3 and this total area is 6. This total area is 6. Okay, so this is 3 and this total area is 6. Now consider BGF and FGA. BGF and FGA are two equal triangles. Yes or no? I am drawing this triangle and rotating it over here. So what I have, something like this. Okay, F is the midpoint. F is the midpoint. This is G. This is A. This is B. Okay, and F is the midpoint. Now both these triangles, they have the same height and their bases are also same, and their bases are also same. Why? Because F is the midpoint. So that is where their areas will be equal. So this is 3, this is 3. Total was 6. This is 3, this is 3. So BGF is 3. That is what they are asking. Area of triangle BGF is 3 square centimeter. You must be looking at 6 triangles in this one bigger triangle. All the areas will be equal to 3 square centimeter. Understand this? Okay. 3 medians divide the triangle into 6 equal areas. Okay. Moving forward, 10th question. In the given figure, AB is equal to 8 centimeter. AC is equal to 10 centimeter. AD bisects the angle BAC. AD bisects the angle BAC. DC is 4. We have to find out BD. Here you have to use angle bisector theorem. Okay, here you have to use angle bisector theorem. According to angle bisector theorem, AB upon AC will be equal to BD upon DC. And this is your angle bisector theorem. Okay, now AB is 8, AC is 10, BD, DC is 4. So BD is how much? 4 into 8, 32 by 10. 32 by 10, which is 3.2. So BD is 3.2. Next, in the given figure, ABC is twice the angle ACB. ABC is twice the angle ACB. So if this is X, this will be 2X. Find the angle BAC. This is what they are asking us to find out. So now if this is 130 degrees, this has to be 50 degrees. Okay, if this is 130, this has to be 50. If this is 50, this has to be 100. If this is 50, this has to be 100. Now total sum will be 30 degrees. So this is 50, this is 100, 150, 150 plus 30, 180. So angle BAC is equal to 30 degrees. I hope you are getting everything. Just make sure that before looking at the solution, you have to pause the video and try to solve the question. Next, in the given figure, ABC and ADE are triangles such that AB is equal to AD. They have provided that AB is equal to AD. Okay, if this is 20 degrees, then this would be remaining 160 degrees, and this is an isosceles triangle, no? Because these two sides are equal. This is an isosceles triangle of which two angles are equal. This is 20, so this has to be 80 and 80. Correct. Now, AE is equal to EC is also provided. So if these two sides are also equal, AE is equal to EC is provided. So these two sides are also equal. Now that these two sides are equal, this is also an isosceles triangle, which gives me this as 30 degrees. So this is also 30 degrees. This is also 30 degrees. Okay, so
You have 20, 80, 80. This is 30, 30. They are asking us to find out angle DAE. If you consider triangle ABC now, angle B is given to us as 80 degrees, or we have found out as 80 degree. Angle C is already 30 degrees. They have provided that. And angle A then would be remaining 70 degrees. Yes or no? 80 degrees plus 30 degrees is 110 plus 70 degrees. Only then the total will be 180 degrees. Now that this complete angle is 70, of which 20 we already have, 30 we already have. So this DAE must be 20 degrees. Angle DAE must be 20 degrees. Okay. Next, 13th question. In the figure ABC, AB is 10 centimeter, AC is 20 centimeter. D is a point such that it divides BC externally in the ratio 1:3. Okay, so D is a point which divides BC externally in the ratio 1:3. So this is your BC, and then there is a point D which divides BC externally in the ratio 1:3. Okay, this is how external division is done. If AD is perpendicular to BC, okay, A will be here, and this is perpendicular. AD is perpendicular to BC. This is AB. This is AC. AB is given to us as 10, no? AB is given to us as 10. AC is given to us as 20. D is a point such that it divides BC externally in the ratio 1:3. So if this is X, this is 2X. Okay, and overall 1:3. Overall, this will be 3X. Okay, if AD is perpendicular to BC, let us say this is your height, then we have to find out BC. Okay, so we have to find out 2X. I know that H square plus X square is equal to 10 square. By Pythagoras theorem, H square plus X square is equal to 10 square, which gives me H square is equal to 100 minus X square. Also, I know that H square plus this is 3X square, right? This is 3X. DC is 3X. 3X square. Okay, this is question number 13 here, sorry. Is equal to 20 square. 20 square, which gives me H square is equal to 20 square is 400 minus this 3X square. 3X square is 9X square. Okay, so left hand sides are equal. Let us try to equate the right hand side. So 100 minus X square is equal to 400 minus 9X square. 9X square, if it goes here, will become 8X square. 100 if it comes here will become 300. X square is equal to 300 by 8. If we divide by 4, it will be 75 by 2. So X will be under root of 75 by 2. They are asking us to find out BC. BC is nothing but 2X. So BC is nothing but 2X, which is 2 into root 75 upon root 2. तो ये root 2 कटेगा तो क्या बचेगा root 2. Now, which is root 2 into root 75 is root 150, which can also be written as under root of 25 into 6, which is 5 root 6. Either the option will be in this format or in this format. And you just have to check properly. Okay, so this is your 13th question. Okay, moving forward to 14th question. In a right triangle ABC, AB is 10 root 3, BC is 20, angle A is 90 degree. Okay. One second. In a right angle triangle ABC, angle A is 90 degrees. AB is 10 root 3. This is 10 root 3. BC is 20. So this is AB and this is BC. BC is 20, angle A is 90.
An equilateral triangle ABD is constructed. So equilateral triangle ABD can be constructed like this, or it can be constructed like this, with vertex D at maximum possible distance from C. So vertex D at maximum possible distance from C. So D will come here. And in an equilateral right angle triangle, AB is 10 root 3, BC is 20, AB angle is 90. Equilateral triangle ABD is constructed with base AB. So if this is 10 root 3, this is also 10 root 3, and third side is also 10 root 3. Okay. And with vertex D at maximum possible distance from C. Find the length of CD. Okay, this length is what they want. Okay, what I'll do, I'll construct a perpendicular from here. So this is the perpendicular. Okay, now I need this and this to find out CD. Correct? What I'll do, I'll draw a bisector, angle bisector, or I'll draw a median, or I'll draw perpendicular bisector, or I can draw altitude. All of these will be same for a equilateral triangle. Now, what is the height of an equilateral triangle? It is root 3 by 2 times the side. It is root 3 by 2 times the side, which is root 3 by 2 into side of an equilateral triangle is 10 root 3. So this is 2 ones are, this is 2 fives are. So 5 into root 3 to root 3, which is 5 into 3, which is 50. So height of the equilateral triangle is 15 in this case. We can see that this is a rectangle. This is 90, this is 90. We have constructed this as 90. So obviously fourth angle will also be 90. And opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. So if this is 15, this is also 15. Okay. Also, this altitude is also the median. So this altitude is also the median. If total is 10 root 3, this would be 5 root 3. This would be 5 root 3. And if this is 5 root 3, let us say AE is 5 root 3, then DF will also be 5 root 3. Why? Because opposite sides of the rectangle are equal. Okay. Also, can I find out AC? Yes. AC square plus AB square is equal to BC square, which is AC square plus AB square is 10 root 3 square plus BC square is 20 square, which is AC square is equal to 400. 20 square is 400. 10 root 3 is 10 root 3 square is 100 into 3, that is 300, which gives me 100. So AC square is equal to 100, which gives me AC is equal to 10. Now I have this FC, which is 25, 15 plus 10. And I also have this DF, which is 5 root 3. Can I find out CD? Yes, because CD square is equal to DF square plus FC square. DF square is 5 root 3 square plus FC square is 25 square. 5 root 3 square is 25 into 3. F25 square is 625, which is 75. 25 into 3 is 75. 75 plus 625 is 700. So CD square is equal to 700, which gives me CD is equal to root 700. And of which 100 I can get out, which will become 10. So this is 10 root 7. This is 10 root 7. Option A is the answer. Option A is the answer. Okay. Moving forward to question number 50. What is the sum of the squares of the median of a triangle ABC if the sum of the squares of its side is 72 centimeters square? Okay, I'm going to tell you a shortcut in this case. Okay, try to understand this shortcut properly. What is the sum of the squares of the median of a triangle ABC if sum of the squares of the sides is 72 centimeters square or square centimeter? Now, let us try to understand the linear method first, followed by the shortcut. Okay, we are going to use the Apollonius theorem. A, B, C are the sides of the triangle, where A, B, C are the lengths of the sides. Now we are drawing the medians. So this is P, this is Q, this is R. They have told us that A square plus B square plus C square is equal to 70. Sum of the squares of the sides. They are asking us to find out sum of the squares of the median. That is P square plus Q square plus R square is what they are asking us. This is very easy. According to Apollonius theorem, A square plus C square is twice of P square and half of B, no? So only this much. So half of B, that is B by 2 square, which is B square by 4. B by 2 square is B square by 4. Okay, this is your Apollonius theorem. Now apply it on all the three sides. A square plus B square, A square plus B square will be equal to twice of Q square, plus half of this side. So half of this side is C by 2. So C by 2 square is C square by 4. And then your third one is B square plus C square. B square plus C square is equal to twice of R square plus half of A square. And so A by 2 square is A square by 4. If I add it, what I'll get? Twice of A square plus B square plus C square. This is what I'm getting on left hand side. 2 A's, 2 B's and 2 C's. So twice of A square plus B square and C square. What I'm getting here? Twice of P square plus Q square plus R square. P square plus Q square plus R square. Plus 2 into B square by 4 is B square by 2. 2 into C square by 4 is C square by 2. Similarly, 2 into A square by 4 will be A square by 2. If I get 1 by 2 common, I have A square plus B square plus C square. If I take A square plus B square plus C square to this side, what I'll have 2 into P square plus Q square plus R square. 2 into P square plus Q square plus R square. And this, if I get it here, A square plus B square plus C square will be common. A square plus B square plus C square will be common. Now this is 2 minus 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2. 2 minus 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2. Now 3 by 2 into A square plus B square plus C square is 72, no? And they have already provided that A square plus B square plus C square is 72, which is twice of P square plus Q square plus R square. This is what we need to find out. So this is 2 1s, this is 2 36s, this is 2 1s, this is 2 18s. So 3 into 18 is 54 square centimeter. That is what they are asking us to find out. 54 square centimeter is the sum of the squares of the median. Okay, so this is the linear method. Write this down, pause the video, write this down. Now I am going to tell you the shortcut. I'll be raising. Now, 15th question only. What is the sum of the squares of the median of the triangle ABC if the sum of the squares of the sides is 70? What if it is a equilateral triangle? What if it is an equilateral triangle? Okay, so all the sides are equal. So A square plus A square plus A square is equal to 72. Sum of the squares of the side is 72. If it is true for any triangle, it should be true for equilateral triangle as well. Now, let us say I draw an altitude, which is also the median. Altitude is root 3 by 2 times A. So, median ka square will be root 3 by 2 times A ka whole square. And like this, I'll have to get 3 medians. Now, 1, 2, and 3 medians. So, 3 medians ka square I need to find out. Okay, so 3 into 3 square, root 3 square is 3, 2 square is 4 into A square. I already know that 3A square is equal to 72. So A square is equal to 24, no? 72 by 3. So 3 into 3 into divided by 4 into A square is 24. So 24, 4 ones are, this is 4 6 are. So 9 into 6 is 54 square centimeter. We can find it out like this as we can find it out like this as well. Okay, we can find it out like this as well. Next is 16th question. Okay, let us try to solve the 16th question. So AD upon AB is 1 by 3. So AD upon AB is 1 by 3. DE upon BC is also, so this is also 1 by 3. And AE upon AC is also 1 by 3. If the area of the triangle is of triangle ABC is 54, find the area of triangle ADE. Simple. Now these two are similar triangles. Obviously, these angles will be equal. So these two are similar triangles. Now, when the two triangles are similar, their areas are in the ratio of square of their sides. Area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle ABC. This ratio will be AE upon AC ka square, which is 1 by 3 ka square, which is 1 by 9. So this is 1 by 9. Area of triangle ADE we need to find out. And area of triangle ABC is 54 given in the question. So 9 ones are, this is 9, 6 are. So area of triangle ADE will be 6 square centimeter. Next, 17th question. In the given figure, F is the midpoint of AB. F is the midpoint of AB. AC is equal to 10 centimeter. AC is equal to 10 centimeter. Can I find out AB? Yes. AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. AB square. BC square is 6 square. Why? Because 6 is provided here. And AC square is 10 square. And so AB square is equal to 10 square minus 6 square, that is 100 minus 36, that is 64. So AB is equal to 8. If AB is equal to 8, this will be 4, this will be 4. Now, find the length of EB. This is what they are asking us to find. Let us say it is X. Now, consider triangle DEB and triangle DEC and triangle FBC. Angle C is common. Okay, it is provided that these two angles are 90 degrees. Okay, this is provided in the question already. It is not properly represented in the figure. So angle E is equal to angle B, which is 90 degrees. So these two are also equal. So angle D is equal to angle F. This has to be true because if two angles are equal, third angle also has to be equal, which proves that angle DEC and FBC are similar. These two are similar triangles. What is the property of similar triangles? Their sides, their corresponding sides are in the ratio, which means DE upon EC will be equal to FB upon BC. D is how much? 20. EC is what we need to find out. है ना? So DEFB corresponding sides है, ECBC corresponding sides है. It is 4 upon 6. So this is 4 ones, this is 4 fives. EC will become 5 into 6, 30. 5 into 6, 30. So if EC is 30, EB will be 24. EB, find the length of EB. It is 24. Length of EB will be 24. Okay, this is how you need to solve the question. Moving forward, the angles of the triangles are in the ratio 2:3:5. Angles of the triangles are in the ratio 2:3:5. So here the options are wrong. Option for 20th, option C is equal to 750. Okay, we are on 18th question. Angles of the triangle are in the ratio 2:3:5. That is 2x plus 3x plus 5x is equal to 180 degrees, which gives me 10x is equal to 180 degrees which gives me x is equal to 18 degrees. Now that x is equal to 18 degrees, so 2x will be 36 degrees, 3x will be 54 degrees, and 5x will be 5 into 18, that is 90 degrees. Okay, so all the angles are different, so definitely it is not isosceles triangle. And definitely it is not an isosceles triangle. And it is acute angle or right angle? Right angle, because we have 90 degrees over here. So it is a scalene triangle for sure, but it is not acute angle. It is right angle triangle. So option C is your answer. Okay. Next, a right angle triangle has hypotenuse of 41. The lengths of its perpendicular sides are integers. And this is true only when the lengths are 9 and 40. And the perimeter of the triangle is. Now, let us try to understand Pythagorean triplets. Pythagorean triplets. So 3, 4, and 5 is a Pythagorean triplet. Yes or no? 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 5 square. Then 5, 12, and 13 is a Pythagorean triplet. 5 square plus 12 square is equal to 15 square. Yes or no? Similarly, 9, 40, and 41 is also Pythagorean triplet. Why? Because 9 square plus 40 square is equal to 41 square. Okay, this is a Pythagorean triplet. So the motive behind this question was to explain you the Pythagorean triplets. So these are the Pythagorean triplets. Multiples of this, like 3, 4, and 5, multiply will be 6, 8, and 10. This is also a Pythagorean triplet. One more multiple if you want to see. 12, 16, and 20 is also Pythagorean triplet. Here if you want to see 10, 24, and 26 is a Pythagorean triplet. So these are your basic Pythagorean triplets. Now coming to the question, for the hypotenuse to be 41 and other two sides to be integer, this is the only method. This is the only possible values, 9 and 40. The perimeter of the triangle would be, in that case, 40 plus 9, 49 plus 41, 49 plus 41, 90. Perimeter of the triangle would be 90. And this is how you have to solve it or understand it. Next is, the angles of the triangle are in the ratio 3:4:5. So let us say 3x plus 4x plus 5x is equal to 180 degrees, which gives me 12x is equal to 180 degrees, x is equal to 15 degrees. Just solve this, we'll get x is equal to 15 degrees. Now that x is equal to 15 degrees, so 3 into 15, 45, 4 into 15, 60, and 5 into 15, 75 degrees. If the greatest angle is C degrees, which of the following is true? If the greatest angle is C degree, which of the following is true? This is true. C is equal to 75 degrees. And C is equal to 75 degrees. And this is true. Very easy. Moving forward, in the triangle ABC, angle C is 50 degrees. Okay, this is 50 given to us. D is a point on segment BC. D is a point on segment BC. BD is equal to AB. So BD is equal to AB. This is already provided. So these two angles will be equal. Why? Because this is an isosceles triangle. Angle CAD is 20 degrees. Angle CAD is 20 degrees provided. Then they are asking us to find out angle CBA. This is what they are asking us to find. So if this is 20, this is 50, this has to be 110. Why 110? Because sum of the angles of the triangle is 110. If this is 110, this has to be 70. If this is 110, this has to be 70 degrees. And 110, this is 70. This will also be 70. Why? Because it is an isosceles triangle. ABD is an isosceles triangle. Don't go by the diagram. Okay, diagram is not drawn to the scale. So this is 70, this is 70. If this is 70, this is 70, this has to be 40 degrees. This has to be 40 degrees. Why? Because some of the angles of the triangle should be 180. So this is 70, this is 70, this is 40. Angle CBA is 40 degrees. Moving forward to question number 22 and 23. In the above figure, AC is equal to BC. So AC is equal to BC. So if this is X, this is also X. Why? Because these two are isosceles triangle. And BC is equal to CD. So BC is equal to CD. So if this is Y, this is also Y because isosceles triangle. Now I know that X plus this x plus y, and this x plus this x plus y plus this y should be equal to 180 degrees, and should be equal to 180 degrees. So we have 2x plus 2y, and 2x plus 2y is equal to 180 degrees, which gives me x plus y is equal to 90 degrees, which gives me x plus y is equal to 90 degrees. What are they asking me to find out? Angle BAC, which is x, and angle BDC, which is y. So x plus y is what they are asking us to find out, which is 90 degrees. Okay, answer is 90 degrees. Next, in the given figure, AMB is m degrees, MAB is x degrees, BAC is y degrees, CAN is z degrees, ABC is p degrees, ACB is q degrees, and ANC is n degrees. Which of the following is true? This is very easy. Angle P degrees will be equal to n degrees plus x degrees. And why? Because exterior angle is equal to sum of the two opposite internal angles. And exterior angle of the triangle is equal to sum of two opposite interior angles. So this P should be equal to sum of these two angles. Also, Q degree will be equal to Z degree plus N degree. Z degree plus N degree. Yes or no? Why? Because sum of the exterior angle is equal to sum of the two opposite interior angle. If I add it, so P degree plus Q degree will be equal to M degree plus X degree plus Z degree plus N degree. Okay, very easy. We have proved that option D is true. Yes or no? P degree plus Q degree is equal to X M Z N. And so these are option D is proving to be correct. Moving forward, the perimeter of similar triangles are ABC and PQR is 40 and X centimeter. These are the last two questions. So perimeter of similar triangles ABC and PQR are 40 and X. Find X if the areas of triangle PQR and ABC and PQR 50 and 200 respectively. So triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. So perimeter, now area of triangle ABC upon area of triangle PQR, this ratio will be, I'll write it here, this ratio will be square of the perimeters, and a perimeter of triangle ABC upon perimeter of triangle PQR. Yes or no? It should be the ratio of square of the sides. But if it is ratio of square of the sides, it can also be ratio of square of the perimeter. Now, area of triangle ABC is given to us as 50. Area of triangle PQR is given to us as 200. Perimeter of triangle ABC upon perimeter of triangle PQR, and its square is equal to this, which is nothing but 1 by 4. Now, perimeter of triangle ABC upon perimeter of triangle PQR, if I take the square root, will become 1 by 2. Now, this perimeter, I already know that it is 40. Area of perimeter of PQ ABC is 40. So, perimeter of triangle PQR will be 2 into 40, that is 80 squares, 80 centimeter, option D, 80 centimeter. Moving forward to question number 25. Okay. In the given figure, triangle PQR is equilateral triangle and its side is 8 centimeter. Okay. This is 8. This is 8. This is also 8. This was our 24th question. Now we are moving to 25th question. Last question for the day. A, B, C are the midpoints of P, Q, and ठीक very easy. So this is 4, 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 this is 4. Find the ratio of perimeter of triangle ACP to the triangle ACP. So if this is 4, this is 4, according to basic proportionality theorem, the and similarity of triangles, this will also be 4. Why? Because triangle ACP, it's similar to triangle QRP. Okay, ACP QRP. If AC upon PQ will be equal to CP upon RP. I know that CP is 4, RP is 8, PQ is also 8. So AC has to be 4. Now, what is the ratio of the perimeter? Perimeter of ACP upon perimeter of triangle PQR. This would be 4 plus 4 plus 4, that is 4 plus 4 plus 4, that is 12. And we have 8 plus 8 plus 8, that is 24. The ratio is 1:2. Ratio is 1:2. So here we complete all the basics of triangles, lines, angles, and triangles, and we have also completed the questions on them. In this video, we are going to look at the concepts of polygons and circles and solve the questions. So, prerequisite for this session is that you need to visit Tarkashastra basic sessions on our YouTube channel, which is Tarkashastra. Search for basic sessions and go through basic session 13, which is on circles, and basic session 14, which is on polygons and quadrilaterals. So it is necessary to understand each and every concept from these basic sessions. Okay, all the properties that are necessary to solve the questions are explained over here. If you go through this basic session first and then watch this video, you will understand the concepts better. Okay, now let us try to solve the question. So in this question, in the figure, ABC and GFH are equilateral triangle. Very good. So this is 60, this is 60, and angle A is also 60. Okay. And DEFG is also GFH is equilateral. So this is 60, this is 60, this is 60. And DEFG is a square. DEFG is a square. Means all the angles are 90 and all the sides are equal. Okay. Find the measure of angle GAD. Okay. GAD is what we need to find out. Now, tell me one thing. Angle G will also be 60 degrees. Angle G will also be 60 degrees. Why? Because GF and BC are parallel. Why? Because they are the sides of the square. Correct. They are the sides of GF and DE are the sides of the square. DE expanded will become BC. So GF is parallel to BC. If this angle B is 60, angle G has to be 60. Reason being, these two are corresponding angles and corresponding angles are equal. If this angle is 60, this angle also has to be 60. Again, corresponding angles. So we can say that triangle AGF is also equilateral. Triangle AGF is also equilateral triangle. Now the triangle AGF is equilateral triangle. Okay, now the triangle AGF is equilateral triangle. What we can say or what we can assume over here that AG is equal to GF. Why? Because they are the sides of equilateral triangle. Also, GD is equal to GF. Why? Because they are the sides of a square. Right? GD is equal to GF because they are the sides of a square. Now consider this triangle. Okay, let me draw a better one. Consider triangle GAD. So this is GD, this is GA, So this is G, this is D, this is A. Now AG is equal to GD because they both are equal to GF. So AG is equal to GD because they both are equal to GF. Now what will be angle G? Angle G, this is 60 degrees, this is 60 degrees, and this is 90 degrees. Total will become 150 degrees. Okay, total will become 150 degrees. This is X, this is also X. Now 150 plus X plus X. 150 plus X plus X is equal to 180 degrees, sum of the angles of the triangle, which is 2X is equal to 150. If it goes here, will become 30 degrees, which will X is equal to 15 degrees. So X is equal to 15 degrees. So angle GAD is equal to 15 degrees. Next is they are asking us to find out angle HDA. HDA, what will be this angle? Now I know that GF is equal to GD because they are the sides of the square, and GF is also is equal to GH because these are sides of the square and these are the sides of equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle, and therefore we can say that GD is equal to GH because they both are equal to GF. So GD is equal to GF. Now if you consider this triangle HGD, I am saying GD is equal to GH. GD is equal to GH. What will be angle G? So angle G, let me erase something over here. Angle G would be how much? It is simple. This angle is 60 and this angle is 90. So this angle G will be 90 minus 60, that is 30 degrees. And as GD is equal to GH, these two are, this is an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle has equal angles. So y plus 30 is equal to 180 degrees, which is 2y is equal to 150 degrees, which is y is equal to 75 degrees, which is y is equal to 75 degrees. So angle HDG is 75 degrees. Okay, but angle HDG is equal to angle GDA plus angle HDA. Yes or no? This is equal to GDA plus HDA. Angle GDA is nothing but X. No? Angle GDA is nothing but X, which is nothing but 15 degrees. We know this. And angle HDG is 75 degrees. We have already calculated it here. So angle HDA must be 60 degrees. Only then the sum will be 75. So angle HDA is 60 degrees. Okay, so this is 60 degrees. Okay, very easy. Moving forward to next question. In the figure, ABCD is a rectangle. When we say rectangle, all the angles are 90 degree and opposite sides are equal. What is the ratio of the perimeter of DCF to that of rectangle ABCD? Okay. Okay. FC is given to us as 25. This is the height. So h square plus 20 square is equal to 25 square. I have applied Pythagoras theorem on this triangle. H square plus 20 square is equal to 25 square, which is sum of the squares of two sides is equal to hypotenuse square. So h square plus 400 is equal to 625, which is h square is equal to 225. 400 if it goes here will remain 225. H is equal to 15. Very easy. H is equal to 15. Now that h is equal to 15, if this is 15, this is 8. This will be, let us say, x. Applying Pythagoras theorem here. So h square plus 8 square is equal to x square. H square I already know that it is 225. 8 square I already know that it is 64 is equal to x square, which is 289 is equal to x square, which gives me x is equal to 70. Very easy. This gives me x is equal to 70. What is the ratio of the perimeter of DCF to rectangle ABCD? So this is 15. This will also be 15. This will also be 15. Okay, why? Because it is the height of the rectangle and opposite sides of the rectangle are equal. This is 28. This is also 28. Okay. Perimeter of triangle DCF upon perimeter of triangle ABCD will be perimeter of triangle DCF upon perimeter of triangle ABCD will be how much? Perimeter of DCF will be 17 plus 28 plus 25. 17 plus 28, uh, 17 plus 28, 45. 45 plus 25, 45 plus 25 is 70. 45 plus 25 is 70. And perimeter of ABCD will be how much? 15 plus 15, 30. And 28 plus 28, 56. 30 plus 56 is 86. Overall total will be 70 upon 86, that is 35 by 43. This will be the ratio. Okay. Moving forward. In the figure, ABCD is a parallelogram. BD is equal to 24. AC is 4 root 40. Here we have to apply Apollonius theorem. Apollonius theorem, which can be applied only on medians. So according to Apollonius theorem, let us say A, B, C is a triangle and AD is a median. What is a median? AD is a median. Median is line joining one of the vertex and midpoint of the opposite side. According to Apollonius theorem, AB square plus AC square will be twice of AD square plus BD square. Okay, twice of AD square plus BD square. Now instead of BD, I can use DC as well because BD is equal to DC. Okay, now in the figure, ABCD is a parallelogram. So BD is equal to 24. So this will be 12. This will be 12. Why? Because diagonals of parallelogram are bisectors of each other. Bisectors of each other. So if this is 12, this is also 12. AC is 2 root 14. AC is total 4 root 14. So this is 2 root 14. This is 2 root 14. And AB is 16. Find the length of AD. Let us say X. Find the length of AD. Let us say it is X. Now find the length of AD. Okay. According to Apollonius theorem, this is midpoint. Now this is a median A. Let us say AE. So according to Apollonius theorem, AB square plus AD square will be twice of AE square plus BE square, which is AB square is 256. Yes or no? 16 square. AD square is what we need to find out, which is equal to 2 multiplied by AE, that is 2 root 14 square, plus BE square is 12 square. So this is 256, 16 square, plus AD square is equal to 2 into 2 root 14 is 2 root 14 square will be 4 into 14, right? 4 into 14 is 56 and 12 square is 144. So 2 into 200, which is 400. This is 256 plus AD square. So AD square is equal to 400 minus 256, which is 144. 144 means how much? AD is equal to 12. AD is equal to 12. AD is equal to 12. Okay, this is what we understand from Apollonius theorem, and this is the application of Apollonius theorem. Okay, moving forward. In the given figure, ABCD is a rhombus. Angle ACB is 30 degrees. Okay. If the diagonal AC is x times diagonal DB, diagonal AC is x times diagonal DB. What is the value of x? Now, in a rhombus, diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. They are perpendicular bisectors of each other. Okay. So they are perpendicular and they are bisectors also. Okay. If this is 90, this is 30, this has to be 60. Okay, according to 30, 60, 90 triangle. So this is 90, this is 30, this is 60. Opposite to 30 is 1, opposite to 90 is 2, opposite to 60 is root 3. And this is basic geometry. Okay, or basic trigonometry. So opposite to 30 is 1, opposite to 60 is root 3. Now if this is root 3, this is root 3 because they are bisectors. AE will be equal to AC. Similarly, BE will be equal to DE. So this is 1. So AC is how much? 2 root 3. Root 3 plus root 3 is 2 root 3. And X we have, and DB is how much? 1 plus 1. So this 2 gets cancelled. X is equal to root 3. X is equal to root 3. This is what we understand. This is how we find out the value of X. Okay, moving forward. In a trapezium, BCED not drawn to scale. They have already said that it is not drawn to scale. DE is parallel to BC. Okay, DE is parallel to BC. DE is 5. DB is 25. BC is 30. This total is 30. If the height of the trapezium is 24, so if I draw a height, this will be 24. This will also be 24. So if this is 5, this will also be 5. Why? Because opposite sides of, these are opposite sides of rectangle. 24 opposite to 24, this is 5 opposite to 5, opposite sides of rectangle. And a figure is not drawn to scale. Now, if this is true, this is, let us say, X. So if I apply Pythagoras theorem on this triangle, it will be X square plus 24 square is equal to 25 square, which is X square plus 576 is equal to 625. Okay, which is X square is equal to 576. If it goes here, it remains 49, which gives me X is equal to 7. X is equal to 7. If X is 7, this is 5. This has to be 18. Only then the total will be 30. Okay, only then the total will be 30. Applying Pythagoras theorem here, what I'll have 24 square plus 18 square is equal to EC square. This is equal to EC square. What is 24 square? 576. What is 18 square? 324. What is EC square? We need to find out. So total is 576 plus 324 is 900. This is equal to EC square, which gives me EC is equal to 30. EC is equal to 30. They are asking us to find out the perimeter of trapezium BCED. So this is already 30. This is 30. 60. 60 plus 5, 65. 65 plus 25, 70, 90. So perimeter of BCED is 90. Very easy. Moving forward. A regular polygon with n sides has each exterior angle measuring at least 30 degrees. So exterior angle, what is the formula for exterior angle? It is 360 degrees by n. Now, each exterior angle is 360 degrees by n. It is at least 30 degrees. So it can be 30 degrees or greater than 30 degrees. Okay. So if I say that it is equal to 30 degrees, then 360 by n is equal to 30, which gives me n is equal to 12. Which gives me n is equal to 12. Yes or no? 360 by 30. That is n is equal to 12. Now, I want the value of this fraction to increase. Okay, why? Because it should be greater than 30. For that, the value of n should decrease. Yes or no? If the value of denominator decreases, the value of the fraction increases. Simple as that. So n is equal to 11 will also work for me. N is equal to 10 will also work for me. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All these values of n will give me exterior angle as greater than 30. Okay. But then they have mentioned one more condition, that each exterior angle is an integer. Okay, very good. So 360 by 12 is 30. This is an integer. But 360 by 11 is not an integer. No? So this one will not work. 360 by 10 is an integer. 360 by 9 is an integer. 360 by 8 is also an integer. But 360 by 7 is not an integer. So this one will not work. 360 by 6 will work. 360 by 5 is an integer. 360 by 4 is an integer. 360 by 3 is also an integer. Now here n is equal to 2 means it is a two-sided figure. What is a polygon? Polygon is n-sided closed figure. No. Can you have a two-sided closed figure? No. So if this cannot be a polygon, no point in calculating external angle. Correct. So n is equal to 2 will not work. Similarly, n is equal to 1 will also not work. Why? Because one-sided closed figure you cannot have. No? These two are not polygons at all. Okay. Moving forward. In fact, wait. What we have? Number of possible values of it that we have not found out. Possible values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All everywhere where I have tick mark, these are possible values of n. So total there are 8 possible values of n. Okay, moving forward. How many of the following statements are true? Each interior angle of a regular pentagon is 108. So interior angle is nothing but 180 minus 360 by n, which is 180 minus 360 by pentagon. This is pentagon, so n is equal to 5. So 360 by 5, that is 180 minus 72, that is 108 degrees. Very good, this one is correct. Thrice the exterior angle of a regular decagon. Thrice the exterior angle. Here only I told you exterior angle, which is 360 by n. So thrice the exterior angle, that is 360 by n, of a decagon is 180 degrees. That is 3 into 360 by 10. Decagon means 10, no? N is equal to 10. So this 0, this is 0. 36 into 3 is 108 degrees. So this one also works. This one is also correct. Number of diagonals of a regular dodecagon. Number of diagonals. Now number of diagonals are nothing but n into n minus 3 by 2. These are known formulas. N into n minus 3 by 2. Now number of diagonals of a regular dodecagon, which is n is equal to 12, is twice that of regular monogon, n is equal to 9. So if n is equal to 12, number of diagonals are 12 into 12 minus 3, that is 9 by 2. So this is 6, 6 into 9, 54. And number of diagonals when n is equal to 9. So number of diagonals are 9 into 9 minus 3 is 6 by 2. So 2 ones are, this is 2, 3 are. So 9 into 3, 27. 27. 27 ka double is 54. 27's double is 54. So are the number of diagonals double? Yes, number of diagonals are double because 24's, 27's double are 54. So this statement is also correct. So how many of the following statements are correct? All the 3 statements are correct. Okay, so this is very easy. Moving forward. In the figure, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is a regular octagon. Find the measure of angle AFG. Okay. So let us try to do this construction. AFG. Okay. Now, this is a regular octagon, means all sides equal and all angles equal. Okay. So now, what will be the internal angle? What will be the internal angle? Internal angle will be 180 minus 360 by n, which is 360 by 8 in this case. So 8 ones are, this is 8, 4, 5. So internal angle will be 135. So this internal angle is 135. So this external angle will be 45. Okay. Similarly, this external angle will also be 45. Correct. Why? Because again, this will be 135 and external angle 140 or external angle 45. So if this is 45, this is 45. this has to be 90. This has to be 90. And these, let us say GHI. HI must be equal to GI. HI must be equal to GI. Correct. Now look at this triangle. A, this is I, this is A, this is F. Okay, this I angle I have proven that it is 90 degrees. This GI and HI are equal. This AH and FG are equal. So that is why AI must be equal to FI and AI must be equal to FI. Why? Because AI is made of AH plus HI and FI is made of FG plus GI. So HI and GI are equal. AH and FG are equal. Why? Because they are the sides of regular octagon. Okay. So these two are equal. That is why this becomes an isosceles triangle. Let us say XX. Okay. So X plus 90 degrees is equal to 180 degrees, which gives me 2x is equal to 90 degrees, which gives me x is equal to 45 degrees. So this is 45, this is 45, and that is what they are asking. Angle AFG, 45 degrees. Okay, moving forward. If the adjacent sides of parallelogram are 30 and 80, and one of the diagonals of the parallelogram is 24, find the other. Adjacent sides are 30 and 80, and one of the diagonals of the parallelogram is 24. Okay. We have to find the other. Adjacent sides are 30 and 80. We have done this using Apollonius theorem. Okay. Adjacent sides are 30 and 80. One of the diagonals is of the parallelogram is 24, but diagonals of parallelogram are bisectors of each other. So this will be 12, this will be 12. And we have to find out the other. So this is x, this is x. According to Apollonius theorem, 18 square plus 30 square will be twice of x square plus 12 square. Okay, which is 324 plus 30 is 900, which is twice of x square plus 144, which is 1224 is equal to twice of x square plus 144. So this is 2s are this is 612. So x square plus 144 is equal to 612, which gives me x square is equal to 144. If it goes here, will be 8. And then this is 46. Okay, which gives me x is equal to root 468. X is equal to root 468. This will also be root 468. Length of the diagonal will be twice of root 468. This is what they are expecting from us. Twice of root 468. Okay, easy exam. Moving forward, ABCD is a parallelogram and E is the midpoint of BC. Okay, E is the midpoint of BC. Perfect. DE and AB, when produced, meet at F, then AF is equal to how much? AF is equal to how much in terms of AB? Okay, very easy. Now that this is a parallelogram. Now consider triangle FBE and triangle FAD. Okay, this angle is common. Angle F is common. Angle FBE is equal to angle FAD. Yes or no? These two will be equal. Why? Because these are corresponding angles. These two are parallel lines and these are corresponding angles. Similarly, these two angles will also be equal. Angle FEB will be equal to angle FDA. Again, corresponding angles. So these two triangles AAA similarity. These two triangles are similar. So from this, what do we get? FB upon FA. Okay. FB upon FA is equal to EB upon DA. EB upon DA. Now EB is, let us say, X. Then EC will also be X. Okay, because E is the midpoint. So this total DA will be 2x. Why? Because CB is 2x. So DA is also 2x. Opposite sides of parallelogram are equal. So from this, what do we get? EB is x, DA is 2x. So this gets cancelled 1 by 2. So FB upon FA is 1 by 2. So if FB is y, FA is 2y. FB is y, FA is 2y. Which means AB is also y plus y is equal to 2y. So AF is how many times? How many times AB? That we have to check. AB. So AF is 2y. This is x must be 2. AB. AB. So x must be 2. AF must be twice of AB. AF must be twice of AB. Okay. Moving forward. So the sides of the trapezium are given to us as if the sides AB, AB, BC, CD, and DA of a trapezium ABCD measures 10, 20, 18, and 60 respectively. Find the length of the longer diagonal given that AB is parallel to CD. Okay, easy. AB is parallel to CD. Okay. This is your trapezium. This is your A, this is B, this is C, this is D. AB is given to us as 10. BC is 20. AC, CD is 18. And DA is 16. Okay. Find the length of the longer diagonal means they are asking us to find out AC. Okay. Okay. Let us try to draw these perpendiculars. This is perpendicular, which is H. Let us say this point is F. And this point is G. This is also a perpendicular. This is also a perpendicular. So, quadrilateral DFGC will become a rectangle because opposite sides are equal. So opposite sides are equal. So if this is H, this is also H. If this is X, this is 10 minus X. This is 10 minus X. Okay, perfect. Now, I know that if I apply Pythagoras theorem here, H square plus X square is equal to 16 square, which gives me H square is equal to 16 square minus X square. So this is one thing. Okay, this is 10 minus X. So this FG is total 18, right? FG is total 18 by because opposite sides of rectangle are equal. So if this is 18, this is also 18. If this is 18, this is 10 minus X. This is 10 minus X. This will be 18 minus 10 minus X. 18 minus 10 minus X. So 18 minus 10 is 8. Minus of minus X is plus X. 18 minus of minus X is plus X. Now if I apply Pythagoras theorem on this, it will be H square plus 8 plus X square. 8 plus X square is equal to 20 square. Is equal to 20 square. Yes or no? So now we know that H square is 16 square minus X square plus this is 64 plus X square minus 2 into 82X, that is plus, not minus, plus 2 into 82X is 16X. And I'm just doing A plus B whole square is equal to 20 square, which is 400. So this X square and this X square gets cancelled. I have 256 plus 64 plus 16X is equal to 400, which is 320, which is 320 plus 16X is equal to 400, which gives me 16X is equal to 80, which gives me X is equal to 5. This gives me X is equal to 5. So this is 5. This is also 5. This is 13. Okay. We want to find out AC, no? So consider triangle AGC. AGC. Applying Pythagoras theorem. We have AG square plus GC square is equal to AC square, right? AG square is how much? It is, this is 10 and this is 13. That is 23 square. GC square is how much? That is H square is equal to AC square. I know that H square is 16 square. It is 16 square minus 5 square, which is 256 minus 25. That is 231. That is 231. So, and 23 square is 529. This is 231 is equal to AC square, which is AC square is equal to, this is 0, this is 1 carry, this is 6, and this is 760. So this gives me AC is equal to root 760. AC is equal to root 760. So length of the longer diagonal is root 760. Okay, moving forward. ABCD is a trapezium with AB parallel to CD. AB is 10, CD is 20. Okay, AB is 10, CD is 20. A, B, this is 10. This is C, this is D, this is 20. E and F are points on AD and BC. E and F are points on AD and BC. E and F are points on AD and BC respectively, such that AE is equal to ED is 3:2 and BF is to FC is also 3:2. Okay. They are asking us to find the length of EF. This is very easy. EF, there is a direct formula. EF is equal to 2 upon 2 plus 3, that is 5 into 10. And 3 into 3 upon 2 plus 3, that is 5 into 20. Okay, so if this is x, this is y, then it will be x upon x into a upon x plus y upon x plus y into b. Something like that. Just try to understand how I have applied it. This 2 multiplied by this 10 upon 2 plus 3. And then this 3 multiplied by this 20 upon 2 plus 3. This is how you can find out the any segment which is parallel to AB and CD, or any segment parallel to the parallel sides of the trapezium. Okay. So this is 20 by 5, that is 4. This is 60 by 5, that is 60 by 5, that is 12. Total is 16. 60 by 5, that is 12. Total will be 16. Very easy. Okay. So we have to find out EF, which is 16. Okay. Now the questions on circles. In the figure, O is the center of the circle. Very good. Angle OAB is 65. OCB is 70. They are asking us to find out AOC. Draw this radius. So this is radius, this is also a radius. So triangle OAB is an isosceles triangle, which means if this is 65, this is also 65. And if this is 70, this is also 70. Correct, 70, 70. Why? Because OBC is also isosceles. Now, this is, let us say, X. Now, this is 65. This is 70. This is 65 plus 70. 65 plus 70 plus X should be equal to 360 degrees. Why? Because sum of the angles of the triangle is, sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Now 65 plus 65, 130, and this is 140, that is 270 plus X is equal to 360, X is equal to 90, which is X is equal to 90. What is the measure of angle AOC? It is 90 degrees. Very easy. Moving forward. Distance between two equal and parallel chords in a circle is 24. So distance between two equal and parallel chords. So these two chords must be equal and they are also parallel. Now equal chords are equidistant from the center. Equal chords are equidistant from the center. These two distances are same. Now if the total distance is 24, this will be 12, this will be 12. What I have done, from the center of the circle, I have drawn perpendicular to the chord. These two are parallel chords. So this total distance is 24. But we know that equal chords are equidistant from the center. This is a property. Equal chords are equidistant from the center. So this will be 12, this will be 12. If the radius of the circle is 20, radius of the circle is 20, what is the length of each chord? Let us say this is x. Now 12 square plus x square is equal to 20 square. And applying Pythagoras theorem on this chord, which is 144 plus x square is equal to 20 square, which is 400, which is x square. So 144, if it goes here, will become 256, which is x is equal to 16, right? X is equal to 16. So this is 16. Now we also know one more property, that perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle to the chord bisects the chord. Perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle to the chord bisects the chord. So if this is 16, this is also 16. 16, 16, total length is 32. 16, 16, total length is 32. What is the length of each chord? 32 centimeters. Okay, 32 centimeters. Moving forward. In the figure, PQ is a tangent and PST is a secant. Very good. O is the center of the circle. Okay. PQ is 8 root 3. OPQ is 30 degrees. What is the length of the radius? So let us join this. Let us join this. This will be 90 degrees. Why? Because radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. Radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. Okay. This is the property which we have. Radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. Now that the radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact, what do we have? What do we have? We have a 30, 60, 90s, 30, 60, 90s triangle. We have a 30, 60, 90s triangle. So this is 30 degrees, this is 90 degrees, this is 60 degrees. Opposite to 30, we have 1. Opposite to 60, it is root 3. And opposite to 90, it is 2. This is basic trigonometry. Okay. Now, but opposite to 60, it is 8 root 3, which is multiplied by 8. So everything will be multiplied by 8. So as opposite to 60 is 8 root 3, opposite to 30 will be 8 into 1, that is 8. And opposite to 90 will be 8 into 2, that is 16. So what is the length of the radius? Length of the radius is 8 centimeter. Length of the radius is 8 centimeter. What is the length of PS? What is the length of PS? OS will be 8 because it is a radius. OS will be 8 because it is a radius. Correct. Then PS will also be 8 because total it should be 16. PS should also be 8 because total it should be 16. Okay. So this is how you can find out the length of PS, which is also 8. Moving forward. In the following figure, ABC and BCD are two triangles inscribed in the circle. If BAC is 30 as given and ACD is 80 as given, what is the measure of AEB? So, measure of angle made by the arc AD is 80. So, here also it will be 80. So, the property is an arc makes equal angle on the remaining part of the circle. An arc makes equal angle on the remaining part of the circle. So, if this arc is making 80 degrees here, it will make 80 degrees here as well. So, this is 30 degrees, 80 degrees. Total is 110 degrees. So, this should be 70 degrees because some of the angles of the triangle should be 180 degrees. So, AEB is 70 degrees. Very easy. Moving forward. In the circle, what is the measure of angle AOD? What is the measure of angle AOD? O is the center and AD is equal to AB. O is the center and then AD is equal to AB. Just join this. Just join this. Okay. What will be angle DOB? Angle DOB will be 80 degrees. Why? Because central angle is always greater than the angle made by an arc. on any other part of the circle? Yes or no? Central angle will always be uh, double the angle made by an arc on any other part of the circle. Now just join this. Okay, now let's join this. AD is equal to AB means the arc AD is equal to arc AB, and arc AD will be equal to arc AB. Yes or no? Arc AB will be equal to arc AD, which means their central angle will also be equal. है ना? Equal arcs will make equal central angles. Obviously, बात है. Equal arc will make equal central angles, so their arcs will also be equal. That is what they are asking us to find out. Angle AOD, which is x. Now tell me, x plus this x plus 80 degrees should be equal to 360 degrees, because sum of the angles across a point is 360 degrees. That is 2x is equal to 280 degrees, which is x is equal to 140 degrees. X is equal to 140 degrees. So angle AOD is actually 140 degrees. Very easy. Now in the figure, PAQ is a tangent to the circle. So it is actually like this. PAQ is tangent to the circle. Okay, PAQ is tangent to the circle. With center O. The center is O. If PAC is 70 degrees, then what is the measure of AOC? AOC, what will be the measure they are asking? Now, if PAC is 70 degrees, then ABC will also be 70 degrees. This is what? Alternate segment theorem. This is your alternate segment theorem. Okay, very easy. This is your alternate segment theorem. Just understand this thing. What we are doing here, according to alternate segment theorem, angle made by a tangent and the chord is equal to the angle made by the tangent on the angle made by the chord on the remaining part of the circle. It is equal to the angle made by the chord on the remaining part of the circle. This is the alternate segment theorem. So if this angle is alpha, this angle will also be alpha. There is a very easy proof for this. For this, you will have to watch the basic session. Okay. Now PAQ is tangent to the circle with center O. If this angle is 70, this angle is also 70. And then if this is the angle made by arc AC, so the central angle of that arc will be 140. Central angle of that arc will be 140, because central angle is always twice of the angle made by any arc on the remaining part of the circle. Okay, by this logic, angle AOC will be 140. Okay, very easy. Moving forward, in the figure, ABC is an equilateral triangle and AX is a tangent. Okay, ABC is an equilateral triangle and AX is a tangent. What is the measure of angles CAX and ACD? Okay, what is the measure of angles CAX and ACD? So it is an equilateral triangle. So this is 60, this is 60, this is 60. Now angle CAX will also be 60, because if this angle is 60, this angle will be 60. Why? Because it is a following alternate segment theorem. We have just seen that alternate segment theorem. So if this angle is alpha, this angle will also be alpha. So if this angle is 60, this angle will also be 60. So angle CAX is 60 degrees. Now angle ACD, this is, let us say, ACD. And AD is equal to DC, they have provided. AD is equal to DC, they have already provided. So if this is X, this is also X. Why? Because it is an isosceles triangle. AD is equal to DC. And opposite angles of isosceles, opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. So if this is 60, this has to be 120. And a supplementary means their sum is 180. So if this is 60, this has to be 180. If this is this has to be 120. Total is 180. Now 120 plus x should be equal to 180 degrees. Why? Because 120 plus x should be equal to 180 degrees, because sum of the angles of the triangle is 180 degrees, which is 120 plus 2x is equal to 180 degrees, which is 2x is equal to 60 degrees, which is x is equal to 30 degrees, which is x equal to 30 degrees. Okay, so angle ACD is 30 degrees. Okay, moving forward. In the figure, ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. If angle CDX is 110, CDX is 110. We want to find out AEC. If this is 110, this has to be 70. This has to be 70. If ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral, if CDX is 110, what is the measure of AEC? So CDX is 110, so ADC is 70, which is the angle made by arc or AC on remaining part of the circle. Now AEC is also the angle made by arc AC on remaining part of the circle. So this also has to be 70. And arc AC, AEC is the angle made by arc AC. ADC is also the angle made by arc AC. Now angle made by arc on any other part of the circle are equal. So if this is 70, this is also 70. Okay. Next, if a diameter of a circle is 16 and a trapezium is inscribed with one of its sides as the diameter of the circle. So there is a circle. I'll try to draw, wait a second, I'll try to draw a better circle. Okay, there is this diameter. A trapezium is inscribed with one of its sides as diameter. If other three sides of the trapezium are equal, other three sides of the trapezium are equal. Other three sides of the trapezium are equal. Now, this is the center. If I join these two, overall diameter is 16. So this is 8, this is 8. Now, these three angles must be equal because these three sides are equal. These three angles must be equal because these three sides are equal. So this is 60, this is 60, this is 60. These two are radius, so this is also 60, this is also 60. These two are radius, so this is also 60, this is also 60. And these two are radius, so this is 60, this is 60. So we have three equilateral triangles with side 8. With side 8. Yes or no? What are they asking? What is the area of the trapezium? Area of the trapezium is nothing but area of three equilateral triangles. है ना? So which is 3 into root 3 by 4 side square, which is 3 into root 3 by 4 into side square is 8 square, which is 64. This is 4 1s, this is 4 16s. 16 into 3 is 48 root 3. 16 into 3 is 48 root 3. So this is 48 root 3. Okay, moving ahead. Two chords AB and CD intersect at point X as shown in the figure. AX is 8 centimeter. Okay. AB is 14, so this must be 6. AB is 14, so XB must be 6. CX minus XD is 8. Okay. CX minus XD is 8. This is what we have. We have to find CD. Okay, very easy. We have this property AX into XB. AX into XB is equal to CX into XD. It is equal to CX into XD. AX is 8, XB is 6, CX is XD plus 8. No? We can write CX is equal to XD plus 8 into XD, which is 48 is equal to XD square plus 8XD, which is XD square plus 8XD minus 48 equal to 0. So what are the roots? Plus 12 minus 4. We're just solving the quadratic equation. Then 12 by 1 minus 4 by 1. Third step, minus 12 plus 4. Okay, so XD must be 4 because it cannot be negative. So if XD is 4, CX will be 4 plus 8, that is 12. Total CD will be 12 plus 4, 16. 12 plus 4, 16. Moving forward. In the given figure, A and B are the centers of the two circles. C and D are the point of intersection of the circle. Find angle CAD and angle CBD. Now the image appears miraculously. AB, if you observe, is the common tangent, a common radius. AB is the common radius for both the circles. Okay, so the radius for both the circles is equal. Radius for both circles are equal. Okay, if this is equal, this is the radius, this is also a radius, and this is also a radius. So it becomes an equilateral triangle of 60, 60, 60. Similarly, this is also a radius, this is also a radius. So this is also 60, 60, 60. Now angle CAD is how much? CAD is 60, 60, 120. And angle CBD is how much? 60, 60, 120. Total, their addition is asked 240. Very easy. Moving forward. Perimeter of a right angle triangle is 24. Find the sum of its in radius and twice its circumradius. So this is your perimeter. You have to find out the sum of its in radius and twice its circumradius, where small r is in radius and capital R is circumradius. Circumradius. Okay. Now let us draw an in circle. Let us draw an in circle. Okay. Let us try to draw the in circle. So in the circle will look something like this. Anna, this is the center. This is the in radius R. This is the in radius R. This is 90. This is 90. This is already 90 because it is a right angle triangle. So it becomes a square. No? So if this is R, this is also R. This is also R. Correct. Now, let us look at this point. Let us say this is A, this is B, this is F, this is C, this is D, this is E. Now, DF is equal to, in fact, BF is equal to BD, and also AF is equal to AE. Why? Because they are tangents from external point to a circle, and tangents from external point to a circle are always equal. Look at them again. BF and BD, they should be equal. AF plus AE, it should also be equal. Okay. Now AF plus AD should also be equal. Okay. Now I know that AB by 2 is the circumradius. For circumradius, how do we find out the circumradius of a right angle triangle? It is half of the hypotenuse. So AB by 2 is the circumradius. Now, if I look at the perimeter, it will be EC plus CD. It will be EC plus CD. Then AE plus EAF, AE plus AF plus FB plus DB equal to 24. And I have taken this part, this part, this part, this part, this part, this part. All of this is nothing but the perimeter. Now, EC plus CD is R plus R. Okay, AF plus FB. AF plus FB is nothing but AB. AF plus FB is nothing but AB. And AE is nothing but AF. AE is nothing but AF. FB is nothing but DB. FB is nothing but DB. And FB is nothing but DB. I also know that AF plus FB is AB. I also know that AF plus FB is AB. So this is also AB. So what we have? 2R plus 2AB is equal to 24. 2R plus 2AB. 2R plus 2AB is equal to 24. Correct? Now that as we have 2R plus 2AB is equal to 24, but AB is equal to 2R already. 2 into capital R circumradius. So this is 2R plus 4 capital R is equal to 24. Okay, of which R plus 2R is equal to 12. This is what we need to find out. R plus 2R is equal to 12. This is what we need to find out. Find the sum of its in radius and twice its circumradius, which is equal to 12. Okay, moving forward. In the given figure, not drawn to scale, XP is 6 centimeter, PQ is 4 centimeter, XR is 5 centimeter. We just have to find out RS. Okay. So there is a very easy property. XP into XQ will be equal to XR into XS. Okay. XP we know that it is 6. XQ we know that it is 10. XR we know that it is 5, and XS, let us say we try to find out. So this is 5 and this is 5. 2s are. So XS is equal to 12. XS is equal to 12. XS is equal to 12, which gives me XS is equal to 12. So RS must be 7. So RS must be 7. This is just 7. Okay, that is what they were asking us to find out. 7. Okay, so this was our second session on geometry. I hope you have understood everything. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.